one-on-one with me and I. Don't forget, this Friday on Iwa George Stays Real Kaiso. Log in, tune in, you and I. This Friday, real thing, all kind of thing, ting.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwa George, Facebook Neil Iwa George, and YouTube Iwa TV. It's Iwa Stage.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chai seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Yo, well, it's yours truly, Nigel Lopez, and I'm going to be on the Street 919 Wednesday the 19th of August. We doing it concert style.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwa George, Facebook Neil Iwa George, and YouTube Iwa TV. It's Iwa Stage.
Yo, it done it's about Trinidad Ghost. Catch me live on the one-on-one virtual concert. Tune into Iwa George Instagram, Iwa George Facebook, Iwa George TV, YouTube. Come on, bro, you know what any girl? I ain't see Moses, Celestia, this Saturday the 22nd of August. Live, all the tuning. Trinidad Ghost performing live on Iwa stage. Things are good, man. I'm to all them wicked girl. Most of them girl is criminal, is wicked girl. Boom.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwa George, Facebook Neil Iwa George, and YouTube Iwa TV. It's Iwa Stage.
Kaiser Markman. You see this Saturday the 22nd of August on Iwa Stage. Let me tell you, if I was married, I would have married on stage. Not no ordinary stage, but Iwa big stage, because stage just cross and I just cross, we just all cross together. So in the middle of the night when the thing is right, we just cross Iwa stage together. Yo, this is your boy Trinidad Madman, and I'm going to be live and alive on a one-on-one virtual concert at Iwa stage this Saturday the 22nd of August. Call and make it a date and don't be late. This is going to be streaming live on Facebook at Neil Iwa George, and it's going to be streaming on YouTube on Iwa TV and Instagram at Iwa George. Let's make it a date and don't be late, because this Saturday is a solo event. It's Shello.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chai seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Hi, good day, people. This is your nutritional educator here. As you know, the whole thing is about educating people. So, you see, when you're educated, you can make better choices when coming to your health and your wellness. And this is what we're about here at Natural Solution Education. That's the first premise of our doctor. That's what it means, is to educate people so they can make better choices. Now, today what we want to show you, we spoke about having what we call our essential immune protectors and immune enhancers. This is what we're going to be sharing with you today. Right? Now, we're going to start by the OxyLife. You've heard us mention this already. Now, the OxyLife is your hydrogen peroxide, and like I said before, the senior people will be quite familiar with this because this is used, as you can see here on the chart, for a number of things. Now, primarily what we're using this for is to disinfect the system. This sits on the same periodic table as bleach. What do I mean? The same ability that bleach will have to kill all viruses, bacteria, antifungal, etc. is the same protection we get with this, but of course the human body can handle this. Now with this, you're taking 3 drops 3 times a day, and this will release and expand oxygen in the system. And as we know, once oxygen in the system, body is able to heal. The medical fraternity always knew that. The thing is, the challenge is to have oxygen stable enough in a particular area in enough time to cause change. What we have is the OxyLife that will do a good job in that area. And there's a range of issues here. And by the way, this will protect you from a number of things, especially those of you suffering respiratory problems. Here we have what we call the liquid chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is one of my favorites because this has the ability to cleanse and detoxify the blood. Under a microscope, guys, this looks the identical way to the human blood and even the platelets, because the difference is this has magnesium at its base, and of course our cells have iron at its base in its core, but it's the same thing, meaning that this will be able to help to build the blood. For those of you who have low blood count and issues in blood, this is excellent for building blood and detoxifying the body. I promise you guys, if you take this for 3 months straight, it will deodorize your body to the point where you would experience no morning breath. You will sweat, but you will get no scent, and most importantly, as I tell persons and they laugh sometimes, you will use this and you will defecate and there will be no scent. Completely deodorize the system. Of course, you know about our Super Silver, has become very, very famous. And I do have to mention about this much because a lot of people know the benefits of silver. As a matter of fact, silver is what they use before the advent of antibiotics. This is nature's antibiotic, people. It will kill those bacteria, those microorganisms or pathogens we call them, without harming the immune system. So this is big time. And this is something that every household should have. You should have this in your medicine cabinet. We're talking about functional medicine here, that you can reach for this if your child's scraped, they have a bruise, a cut, what have you. If you take this, you're taking about 1 tablespoon 2 or 3 times a day, depending on the size of the individual, and this will protect you even in this time where we have viruses going around. So this is your silver, super silver. Let's talk very quickly about these minerals. Now, we refer to this as Ormus minerals, and if you go online, you will see a lot about the power of these Ormus minerals. Now, minerals are important, as we know. We take in vitamin C, we take in fruits and vegetables, but unless you have certain minerals, the body will not be able to synthesize, it will not be able to metabolize and utilize vitamins the way it should be. Alright? So this is important. So again, we have our minerals, and by the way, this includes essential minerals as well. Here we have, this is our little hand sanitizer, referred to as silver gel. And once the light hits this, the color will change, okay?
Right back.
And that's
Yeah, nah, I need a Gideon boot and a khaki suit. Me stand out in a Babylon and represent the truth. Me nah go stay a road and see bad things and keep me mouth from mute. I got a strong reggae beat with a mic in a me hand. Fi lead out the youth about a destruction and tell the people they should know right from wrong.
This Friday, it's Calypso Night on Iowa Stage, featuring.
Hello, well this is Impulse, and you see this Friday on Iowa George Stage is one-on-one with me and I. Don't forget, this Friday on Iowa George Stage is Real Kaiso. Log in, tune in, you and I. This Friday, real thing, all kind of thing, ting.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Living in a gun town, and I have no fun. Only a book full of words of wisdom, telling me don't kill me brother, respect me sister, love myself as I love me neighbor. Gun town, murder zone, love is the only answer. Don't kill your brother, respect your sister, love yourself as you love your neighbor. Condolences to the families who lost loved ones in these violent tragedies. Father, I beg you please, may they rest in peace and forgive those who possess this.
Swearing in of the new government of Trinidad and Tobago today for 4 o'clock. According to The Guardian, Dr. Rowley brings fresh faces into the cabinet. Shaliza Hassan Ali and Abraham Diaz did the article. According to The Guardian, President Ptolemy Weeks will swear in a new cabinet under the leadership of Dr. Keith Rowley from 4 p.m. today at President's House in St. Anne's. After the Elections and Boundaries Commission yesterday ratified the PNM's 22-19 victory over the United National Congress in last Monday's 2020 general election. Dr. Rowley is expected to ring in some changes within his cabinet as he seeks to get the right mix to undertake the new government's programs over the next 5 years. Dr. Rowley was coy when asked about the possible makeup of his cabinet at a press conference at Balize House in Port of Spain yesterday. However, he said his new cabinet will be ready for today's swearing-in ceremony. And while continuity will be the new government focus, there will be some changes. These changes, he said, will focus on the government's vision going forward in the next 5 years, and some of the new faces will likely play a role in those changes. One of the areas that you would see changes is in the area of agriculture. You would see us trying to give agriculture a bit of a center stage because we intend to do a lot of agriculture work. And if you don't see it tomorrow, you will see it later on, he said. And the other question of digitalization, that is part of the roadmap arrangements that we need to bring into the government in a very special way. However, Guardian Media understands among the ministers likely to retain ministerial portfolios from another term are the Attorney General Faris Alwari, Works and Transport Minister Rohan Sinanan, National Security Minister Stuart Young, Sports and Youth Affairs Minister Shamfa Kojo, Local Government and Rural Development Minister Kazim Hussain, Health Minister Terence Dialsing, and Agriculture Minister Clarence Rambarath. Among the changes, sources suggested that Dr. Nayan Gatsby Dolly, who is the Minister of Community Development and Culture, the Arts, in the previous administration will now be shifted to the Ministry of Education, while Colm Imbert, who served in finance, will take up the post in energy. There was also speculation that former Energy Minister Conrad Enel will return to active duty to manage the Ministry of Finance, while attorney and Port of Spain South MP Keith Scotland will head legal affairs and Penelope Beckles Robinson would be posted to the Foreign Affairs Ministry. Laventille West Fitzgerald Hines, who took over the Public Utilities Minister following the resignation of LaHunt, is tipped to be in the Ministry of Housing. Among the newcomers, Brian Manning, who brought home the San Fernando East seat, is expected to take up duties of the Office of the Prime Minister to work alongside Donna Cox, while Foster Cummins, who won the contentious La Hockett Paro seat against the UNC's Jerlene John, is expected to get the public utilities portfolio. Junior ministerial positions are also expected to be given to Michael Seals in National Security, Attorney Renuka Sugram in Legal Affairs, Lisa Morris Julian in Social Development and Family Services, and Jason Williams in Sports. Due to COVID-19 restrictions, the TNT Guardian understand that the ministers will take their oaths in batches of 5. So it's official. Once it goes live, we're definitely going to go live here on Street 919 FM via this afternoon program. So I'm going to open up the lines pretty early, touch base with you guys on the outside. Are you pleased with some of the names being bandied about as we get ready to swear in the new government of Trinidad and Tobago? Feel free to call us 342-0081. 771-1791. That's also our WhatsApp number. You can also send your voice notes and your WhatsApp messages, all right? My WhatsApp messages is up and running. We go straight to the phone lines. Caller, you're live. Good afternoon.
Good day, Ms. Aisha.
How are you?
I am pleased. I don't want them to get swearing. I get it work doing.
Yeah. I'm especially excited to see what this new digitalization ministry is going to be all about.
Yeah, I too. But God is the boss. Everything will be in order.
Thank you so much. All the
You're
best.
welcome.
Internationally, feel free to touch base with us. 718-874-3860. I go to the phone lines. Caller, you're live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
How you doing?
Good.
Great.
And you? Anyway, Aisha.
Yes.
When you called it out, it looked like it fit as a puzzle.
Yeah, you think it's direct. You think?
Well, when you finish the puzzle and it's fit every pieces in place, you know you got it. And what I want to say about the Prime Minister, as somebody who, along with his other people, who he choose to help him select those people, would know. And once you get into place, and he would see it, and you would know it. If you can't fit there, you have a reshuffle. It's not being fired. You just move from that position because you cannot manage it. It's like your home. You know, if you can't manage it, you're calling your husband or you're calling your wife. And, you know, you also have teenagers who have needs. And you would say, well, look, we're doing this, how it looks, you know. So it should be good, and people must understand if you can't work in that ministry, if it's not working out for the people, not for you, 40 people, they have to move you, and you shouldn't be upset. Have a good evening.
Well said. Thank you so much. Who's there? Caller, you're live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Miss Aisha Wells.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, what you call out there, I'm satisfied up to this present time, you know. And I know the selection that Dr. Oli make, he make it for the good of the country and for the management of this nation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, my brother. My lines are busy. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Hi, Aisha.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Leave It There?
I'm like the Baron. I'm holding on. Aisha, from the get-go, Dr. Rowley put Julian Rogers at CNMG to mash up the program. He gone. Then he come and he say how when Mr. Manning put him out of Parliament, only 2 people used to talk to him. Donna Cox and some other waste of time. He put Donna Cox at CNMG to tuck it away. She gone. Aisha, who next?
Well, we don't know what he's going to do. Let's not jump the gun, Mr. Leave It There. After swearing in today, you might be pleased. Yeah?
I'm waiting to see who next.
All right, you might be pleased. You know, you always have some sort of bacchanal. You just drop on me, and when you're done, you just say, leave it there.
Well, yeah, who next to suck it away, Aisha?
I am saying, wait and see. Wait
But I'm
and see.
waiting.
All right, hold on like Baron. Hold on. You hold on, eh?
That's right. I'll leave it there.
Yeah. All right, the lines are open. Your lines are open. Are you pleased with what's been bandied about so far? I go back to the lines. Caller, your life.
Aisha, I'm very pleased. When we have a fantastic leader, he does the right things for the right reason. He always puts the right people in the right place at the right time, that the country could be saved. And most of the time, the people who understand would vex and we all that. But it's like when you're running a business. Running the country is like running a business. You make the decisions, whether they vex or not, make the right decisions. And I always love him for that. He ain't looking for to make no petty and bacchanal decisions. He's looking to make the right decisions. And running a country is always about economics, finance, money. It's like a marriage. Love always spelled M-O-N-E-Y. And the men who are spiritually well-grounded, financially strong, psychologically settling, and sociologically well-placed are the leaders in a marriage. The one who have no money could never make it good. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mova. That's the money, man. All right, I'll go over the list for you again shortly for those of you just tuning in and wanting to hear. Let me go back to the lines. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Yeah, Aisha, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
That whole digitalization ministry or whatever it is for the transhumanism agenda. And as the years go by, we will see how gradually it will unfold. It is very deep.
Okay, again, I don't have much information. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see. But, I'm just thinking it's something that is new. Yeah, in 2020, I expect a lot of things are going digital. COVID-19 has caused a lot of us to operate from home. People are working from home. People are working on making a living online. I'm hoping that you can go to this ministry of digitalization and conduct business online. I'm not sure what the whole vision behind it is, but I'm excited to see. Caller, you live?
Hi, good afternoon, Aisha. How are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Very, very good. Now, you see the thing about it, and you see people felt that probably Dr. Rowley and even the supporters of the PNM and the wider national community had called Dr. Rowley a transformational leader. That wasn't just made up. And my thing is, his planning would have been for 10 years. Now, anytime you lose focus, Mr. Manning did in 98 from 91 to 95, where he had a back pocket incident where only call it, I'm a boy, but I'm talking about leadership in the context of continuity. So, Mr. Manning in 1995 was always a question of, I'll call election early, and he lost. When Mr. Pandey won the election, altogether when they put together a government in 1995, Mr. Pandey went right through, and notwithstanding what transpired, Mr. Pandey planned for 10 years and won that election. 95 to 99, and then 2000 he won the election. Now, Bacchanal, it mashed up. Mr. Pandey never see office again. Now, I'm saying that to say this. In 2002, when Mr. Manning won the election, he would have planned for 10 years. His leadership style and everything gave him that 10 years. Again, 2 years into it, he called an election. Now, when you look at Kamala Prasad, I'm just making a point here. She planned for one term, with respect to corruption and everything else, she got one term. Dr. Rowley got in there and planned for 10 years. Now, if you fear to Dr. Rowley, you would have seen everything. When he called election on time, he gave everything according to the Constitution. Hardly any confrontation of corruption. Imagine, they call corruption in the UNC. You know the UNC? $150,000 they want to come blame a Minister of Sports, and $50,000 with respect to a phone bill. They will vote him back in. This 10 years now, Dr. Rowley's leadership will be geared for continuance with somebody new at the end. So his cabinet right now will be shaping our country for that. That's the vision Kamala Prasad and they don't have. It's to come and give people things, take a thing for baby. No, you could do that, but it must be structured properly. And that's what we need in our country. So I know for a fact that what is coming forth in relation to cabinet and what you will form to run ministries would be something that most people would relate to. But in the end, there are some people who just don't like Dr. Rowley,
Just like that. And not thinking about the good he's doing for our country. Take care, all the best, and I look forward really to things of strength coming from a transformational leader. Take care, Joel.
Thank you so much. All right, guys, so we're waiting to go live. We're standing by to go live to the swearing-in ceremony. In the meanwhile, we're taking your calls. What is your thoughts on the situation? Are you comfortable with what's being bandied about thus far? What do you expect to see in this swearing-in ceremony? You think some ministers are going to be moved from here to there? You know, we're just free talking until we get in there to see what's actually happening this afternoon. Okay, so let me see if I can go over the list real quickly. All right, so what we're hearing is that Nyan Gatsby-Dolly, Dr. Nyan Gatsby-Dolly, is going to be put in education. Public Utilities is going to be Foster Cummins, Foreign Affairs, Penelope Beckles, Attorney General Faris Alwari, Legal Affairs, Keith Scotland, Junior Minister, Senator Renuka Sugram, and they're saying she's going to be sent to Legal Affairs, National Security, Stuart Young, Junior Minister, Senator Michael Seals, they're saying he's going to be sent to National Security, Energies, Colum Imbert, Finance, Senator Conrad Enil, Planning, Khalil Robinson Regis, Technology, Marvin Gonzalez, Social Development, Ayanna Webster Roy, Junior Minister in Social Development, they're saying it's Lisa Morris. Sports is Shamfa Kojo, and her Junior Minister would be Jason Williams. Agriculture, Karen Rambaraj, Junior Minister Avinash Singh. Culture, Esmond Ford. Works and Transport, Rohan Sinanan. Junior Minister Story in the Ministry of Works, Adrian Leons. Local Government, Kazim Hussain. Simon Nobriga. Donna Cox is in the Office of the PM, they say, alongside Brian Manning. And Housing, Fitzgerald Hines. Health, Terence Dialsing. What's your thoughts? Let me say good afternoon to Braveheart. Braveheart, good afternoon to you. He's on the inside. Geneva Derby, and Anthony Ronald is also on the inside. Thank you so much. Let's see who else is there. Elizabeth Williams, she's on one of the watch parties, as well as Charmin Gonzalez. Those of you on the Street 919 live, let me see what you guys are saying. Anderson Wilson is on the live. Anderson, behave yourself on the live, please. Good afternoon to Terry Moore. Hi, caller, you're live.
I shall just a little bit of pick-on.
Yes.
Just a little bit of pick-on for Mr. Leave It There. I shall, you don't talk feelings as an old man. You move on. If you stop a program, a man contribution was a program for 10 seconds and he always leaving it there. That's not Dr. Wally style. Right? If you have to make a contribution for 10 seconds and leave it there, then definitely you're going to lose what you're leaving. So, big man. Stop talking feelings, man. Move on. You hear Dr. Wally for stopping a program. And I'll tell you about that program off air, but I don't want to stop the trend right now.
I don't even know what program. I listen, I had to hear about this program every time I touched the microphone, and I didn't know what program he discussed it.
I don't want to think, because in another radio station, and I like our radio station the way it's going, so I don't want to introduce another station, but it was a program where everybody had a say, a particular radio station. But Aisha, most UNC callers on that program were very disrespectful.
Oh.
And my thing is, that leave it there, contribution was very minimal in countering the contribution. So that's what he wanted. Just for 5 seconds, and Aisha, so-and-so, I'll leave it there. Come now, man, stop leaving thing there. Pick it up and run with it for a little while. But I still like you, fella. Take care.
All right, thank you. I don't know. Every time I have to hear about it, I really don't know, did not know what Mr. Leave It There was referring to, what program, etc., etc., etc. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hi, good afternoon.
Aisha, it's time that young man stop disrespecting old people, eh? That young man who does be harassing you whole day, 5-6 times a day. It's time. I hear some nasty things saying this morning about Mr. Rapona. Mr. Rapona is a senior citizen. And me, he just really say, yeah, my fight for the army and all kind of things. That young man needs to be himself. I find that the election done now, and everybody shall find the place. Let us wait and see what will happen. PNM win. They're going to swear in today, and let us pray Because anything happen that go bad in the country, it will affect us too. Because we all are citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. You understand? It's time we stop this nonsense. Look, this morning, two gentlemen who would tell me, put me in the screw, all kind of thing. I talked to them very nice this morning. It's time we stop this nonsense, man. Oh, gosh, boy.
Jama, thank you. Good afternoon to Sherry Ann Henry, to Jacqueline Polidor, and to Mervyn George just joining us on the live. All right, guys, like the video and share the live, all right? We're on standby for the swearing-in ceremony, so I'm just opening up the lines and taking some calls, touching base with you guys on the outside. Get your thoughts on what is being bandied about, what is being said about who's going to form the cabinet. And let me read some of your comments while we're at it. So, Jacqueline Polidor saying, where is Solange Faizabad representative? I don't know. And I'm seeing a lot of people asking, well, where is this one and where is that one, you know? So we don't know exactly who is going to go where. We're just hearing it's being bandied about. We will only know what for. Yeah, so let's not have our hopes up and not know what's happening. Let's wait to see. Caller, you live.
Aisha,
Yes.
all the blows I got on 91.1 from them waste of time on them on the ground report. Where was Rowley Jr.? He could talk now. Where was he at that time? And the next thing, Aisha, this technology thing they're talking about. Mr. Manning, Aisha, he started with facial recognition in the airport. So what Rowley Jr. want to talk about? Rowley Jr., stand down. I will leave it here.
All right. Well, he went a little longer than 10 seconds, Rowley Jr. I was actually timing him. He went a little longer than 10 seconds. Caller, you live. International caller, you live. All right, you're not ready yet. Caller, you live. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Aisha Wes.
Good afternoon.
And Aisha Wes, you don't know leave it there?
No, who's that? Like if I know him personally, you mean?
No, if you know his voice from before calling your program.
I may remember, but it's been a lot of years.
Well, Aisha Wes, he was the #1 PNM caller on the ground report. Used to be giving Mikey Kenem hell, like ever. He's more PNM than Rowley Jr., but not you. But he's more PNM than...
Me, how I reaching that now? Serious be pelting your blows, right?
Because you're half PNM and half PNM. Aisha Wes, if you're not too old to stoop down, I want to tell them something. Leave Kingsley alone. If you want Kingsley, because this is the political arena. If you think you're too old to get attacked, leave Kingsley alone. And Kingsley will not attack you. And leave Kamala alone. Kingsley will not attack you. Two people to live in this country. Leave Kamala alone and leave Kingsley alone. If you think you're too... Sorry.
You're going to answer your phone and call back now, man.
On the line, that's all right. I'm going to be called. Yeah. Yeah. If you think people, that's hold on, Aisha Wes. Oh my gosh. So, leave Kingsley. Aisha Wes, I think that the only person shouldn't get a ministry in this government is Fitzgerald Hines. He ain't deserve no ministry. He's a non-performer. What do you talk about Minister of Housing? Aisha Wes, if Fitzgerald Hines come, the Minister of Housing, I'm going to drink 2 stout this evening. Because it will be a dream. It will be real. Because you put in a failure to big like that.
Kingsley, allow the man to swear in the cabinet before you start to criticize now.
I agree. And I waiting. But I'm saying that what you...
You're singing like a sore loser, Kingsley.
I'm a sore loser, Aisha Wes.
Kingsley, your leader conceded defeat yesterday. She said, you know what, we have lost. Let us move on. Why can't you do the same?
I considered defeat before her. So what are you talking about?
Well, why can't you just move on, Kingsley?
Move on what? to support who? PNM?
I didn't say support PNM. I'm saying let us all hold hands and build back the country.
We are holding hands, Aisha Wells. We are holding hands. I want to put PNM on notice. Any bill and legislation will you bring in the parliament, once it's for the people, we will support it. But if it's hate against the people, well, you're going to have back hate. Because no bill, and no legislation what the government bring in must stifle the people of this country. Aisha, this budget will be one of the highest budget this country will ever see. Because Dr. Odi has to get money.
But we don't even know anything about the budget yet. Let me swear in the cabinet first before we go to the budget now.
Listening to the Prime Minister yesterday, it will be it will be like $70 billion.
Oh God, but we don't, Kingsley, listen, we don't know yet. Let us at first.
I predict the budget how much money it will be Aisha Wells, right? And I am saying this, Aisha Wells, the budget will be so much money. So I'm concerned today. I wait to see the EBC cabinet. Dr. Rowley's.
What does that even mean, the EBC cabinet?
The kindergarten cabinet. What Dr. Rowley is going to form.
Kingsley.
Because what the hell you bringing back NGW to do?
You know what, Kingsley? I go on. Let me take some calls, yeah?
Before I go, Aisha Wells, what about Aisha Wells? Eh?
How I reach it? See how you be looking for your bacchanal? How I reaching that? How I reaching that?
Aisha Wells, you need to go in as a junior minister.
Kingsley, I gone. Always putting me in your drama. Leave me alone. Call her your life.
Yes, good evening to my sister.
Hey, how are you?
Well, after God, I'm well. And I don't want to some people, they must take the stuff and listen to the stuff. Men like Kingsley too. Yeah, what is he fighting for? He understands his party lose, Kamala lose, all that he promised him, he cannot get it. He could talk what he wants about PNM. PNM is in power for 5 long years. Let him understand that. He could beat up on what he wants. He said if he put Joel Hines there as the Minister of Housing, he's going to drink 2 beers, not 2 beers, a bottle of punching. Lord, I want him to take and drink. And that will straighten him out very well. Because he's a sick man. Either his blood mixed with donkey blood, because that man could never be real. To be talking about a country, and you living in the country too. That's why he could take heed. That's why Kamala and lose, because of men like them, who have nothing, teaching the people nothing, saying nothing to the people. That is kind of, and they are just sick and fed up by any boy. You are such a dunce. Have a blessed day.
Thank you so much. All right, so let me see your text messages. Continue to send them. Good afternoon, Aisha. Kamala ain't have time to study Kingsley. No, they don't say that now. That the lady she just hold the lady handbag and thing. That's her handbag holder. Call her your life.
Oh, we need to go all the way from Pararat.
If you take the walk from Pararat, let me hear that one.
Well, you say that to the handbag, so that was the Pararat job.
Well, remember he wasn't here all the time, eh?
Oh, so Kingsley take up that road.
Apparently.
So apparently that's why they're saying, you don't understand what he's trying to tell you. Because I heard Guy Christopher online. And you know it's EBC TV election, Aisha Wells.
EBC did what, sorry?
EBC TV election and give it to the PNM, Aisha Wells.
Took it as in take it bodily and hand it over to someone else?
EBC find a way to corrupt the election, they give it to the PNM, don't you know that?
Well, if this information is true, the police needs to be notified, don't you agree?
I so Guy Christopher and Kingsley. I report it now. Because that is the allegations that they are going around with. That is the data analytical allegations that the EBC is in cahoots with the PNM. That's why he's saying that story that they keep the election. You don't understand that? But if he continue to sing it, he's so like a dance. So he has a way find out, they're finding out, trying to find a way to play it off. If you have a look at what it is, Tuesday, I think it was Saturday or Friday afternoon, or sometime I saw a live with Gas Christopher stating that the EBC stole the election.
Is that the same live that he wasn't looking all in it? He hair. Yeah, the hair full of, face full of hair, eyes wide. That same live?
So the man look like an ex-spranger.
Man look like he ain't sleep yet.
Alright.
I see that live. I saw that live. I saw it.
They have a bank truck because they had the intention that Anderson and Kingsley, just like the program before.
Oh, God, call me back now. You know, you call me with a hot Tory and you only have 50 cents on your phone, Barataria, man. Top up and call me back. But I saw the live you're talking about with God, Christopher. I tell you, God not taking this well at all. He's not. Call her live.
Yeah, I say good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I say, you know, we take 5 years of Kingsley, Skippy, Nori, your partner for the Bitum, Anderson, Pinal. It knows that another 5 years you take them straight just so. They're going to take a rest. Oh God, all them mercy. They need an asylum or something to put them for a little while here.
But you know, here's what I realize, You see, after yesterday, when you could hear people like Devon jumping ship and Kingsley still holding on, tell yourself something wrong,
Kingsley go jump ship too. He jumped from UNC to Jack Warner.
Oh, so you're saying that it's a possibility he might jump any day?
He go jump. Not a possibility. He will jump. He like to jump. He has frog in him. He like to jump. You remember he jumped from UNC to support Jack Warner? With oh gosh. You remember? But he coming right there, and oh God, you see them? They had to talk for 5 years. Only take a little breather. And give a little 2 years and come back now, man. Have mercy on all. They don't win already. You can't do nothing. What they need is governance. Watch and see what they're going to do. I heard one this morning on another program talking about how this government was so wicked and evil and had to go back into slavery and all this kind of thing. Why is so wicked? Why is so evil? Let them run the country and only win. You understand? Beat them because everybody's gang up against PNM. I want to say something before I go. I just hear them talking about and equating PNM with the UNC when they come into talking race. But let me tell you something. I never hear the PNM, you understand, talking race. You understand? As I hear the UNC and the leaders talking race. All which is come, let's say about Oreo and talk about black and talk. They put PNM flag already on dog and all kind of thing and walk with. I never see PNM do them thing to people. You understand? Why they have to move it in this man? I mean, they're talking about all is the same. All of the same. They are racist. You understand? And we know that, and the truth is coming out here all the time. The truth, you see the truth? You could do what you want. One day the truth will come out. And the all way they talk, all on the Facebook and thing, that is what's in them and what they have been doing for over the years. I show you have a good evening.
Thank you so much. So we have a minute before the break, guys. Remember, we're standing by to go live at the swearing-in ceremony in a short while. I'm just taking your calls until then.
Aisha, good afternoon. You know, I was about to tell you that. I heard a lot of people saying that they thief the election and give it to the PNM. Even Ian Allen, a big man like Ian Allen, saying that stupidness that the election must theft, PNM thief the election. I listened. I said, wow. So they just can't believe that the PNM could come in to get government another 5 years. So is Ian Allen, God Christopher, Kingsley, the next one from Onibitam Anderson, a few people on Facebook. I am hearing saying that. So I was like, wow. They're saying that the EBC give the PNM the election.
They talk. You talk. Come talk with us. On the street, 919 FM.
Get interactive with the street.
This
919
Friday,
FM.
it's Calypso Night on Iowa Stage featuring.
Hello, well this is Impulse and you see this Friday on Iowa George Stage is
person enriched with sesame, flax meal and chai seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Yo, well, it's yours truly, Nigel Lopez, and I'm going to be on the street 919 Wednesday the 19th of August. We doing it concert style.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Yo, we done it about Trinidad Ghost. Catch me live on the one-on-one virtual concert. Tune into Iowa George Instagram, Iowa George Facebook, Iowa George TV, YouTube. Come on, brethren, on any gang. I ain't see Moses in less stress this Saturday the 22nd of August. Live, or tune in. Trinidad Ghost performing live on Iowa stage. Things that go mad. I'm to all them wicked gal. Most of them gal is criminal, is wicked gal. Boom.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Isa Markman, you see the Saturday the 22nd of August on Iowa stage. I will tell you, if I was married, I would have married on stage. Not no one on every stage, but Iowa big stage, because stage just cross and I just cross, we just all cross together. So in the middle of the night when the thing is right, we just cross Iowa stage together. Yo, this is your boy Trinidad Markman, and I'm going to be live and alive on a one-on-one virtual concert at Iowa stage this Saturday the 22nd of August. Call it, make it a date, and don't be late. This is going to be streaming live on Facebook at Neil Iowa George, and it's going to be streaming on YouTube, on Iowa TV, and Instagram at Iowa George. Let's make it a date and don't be late, because this Saturday is a solo event. It's Shello.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chai seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Hi, good day, people. This is your nutritional educator here. As you know, we go things about educating people. So, you see, when you're educating, you can make better choices.
919 FM, courtesy Iowa Stage. Send your contributions to Fund Me TT. The Ministry of Education, in a statement on Wednesday evening, warned parents that children with flu-like symptoms will not be permitted on school compounds for the SEA exams on Thursday. The ministry explained that a makeup test will be available to students who are absent. It also said congregating in and around school grounds is prohibited and children are to be taken straight home after the examination is over. Speaking of the SEAs, a 12-year-old boy due to sit the secondary entrance examination on Thursday was assaulted along with his parents during a home invasion in the wee hours of this morning. 7 men reportedly invaded the family's home in Palmyra, beating the boy's father with cutlasses while the child was struck in his face. The family was tied up and robbed of 2 television sets, 2 cell phones, a laptop, a tablet, jewelry, and $10,000. The family sought medical treatment at the San Fernando General Hospital. And a reminder that the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, and his new cabinet will be taking their oath of office this afternoon from 4 p.m. In news outside of Trinidad and Tobago, 5 children are among at least 45 migrants who have perished in the deadly shipwreck off the coast of Zuara in Libya. The fatalities were among more than 80 people on board a vessel whose engine exploded. The deaths were reported by survivors mainly from Senegal, Mali, Chad, and Ghana, who were rescued by local fishermen. And that was your news brief to 3 p.m. on the street, 919 FM, courtesy Iowa Stage. Send your contributions to Fund Me TT. Stay tuned for more news on the street, 919 FM. Our next major newscast and final one for the day comes up at 4 p.m.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com. Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919fm.com.
Goodly people, we are back. I want to say again, good afternoon to those of you on my Facebook Live. Remember, when you get in, like the video, share the live, all right? Let me see what some of you guys are saying on the live. Good afternoon to Eden Thomas. He says, Aisha, that is rubbish that the PNM thieved the election. Toko says so, and it was won fair and square. Let me say good afternoon to Ashton Legaton. He says the election results night. The girl behind got that doing the sign language started to laugh. That was a sign that they lost. Cheryl Isaac is saying, if they have no info, was the election stolen? Or if they have info that the election was stolen, take it to the police. I see Tunapuna Williams is also on the live. Good afternoon to Sharon Peterson. How you doing, Sharon? Let me go to YouTube, see what you guys are saying. Hugh Bridgman says, good afternoon to you guys. How you doing, Hugh? Why Famous Us says, I wonder if Berkey gets invited. Or they leave me now. All right, left me alone. Sandra Rampasad says, Aisha, we are all Trinbagonian. Why are we allowing politics to divide us? And I agree with you, Sandra. All right, Florence Wells says, good afternoon, Aisha. Like Kingsley was promised a ministerial post or what? Only I don't know, and me nah know. I'll go back to the line. See who's there. Caller, you live.
Hello, good day. First time caller.
Where you calling me from?
Trinity.
How you doing, Trinity?
I'm fine. I find all these people who say in the EBC, they should take them to court and let them bring proof that they stole the election. Understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand.
Yes, let them bring the proof that the EBC stole the election. That's what it is. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, my love. Okay, I'm going back to your voice notes. Remember, my voice notes working. So send your messages and your voice notes to 771-1791.
The PNM. As for Kingsley, he is a man, he is a bandwagonist. 1 minute, he is ILP. Remember when he was campaigning with ILP. When they lost, he jumped back to PNM. Then all of a sudden, he get to hate PNM. So you go see, he go, just now you go hear he saying he's a PNM. So you really don't know what that guy is. That guy, he is just a bandwagonist.
Auntie Aisha, good afternoon to you. You don't just call Kingsley, you don't just say that he used to hold the Prime Minister's bag. Give him the handle that goes with it. He was a bearer, right? He's a bearer, right? He holds the bag, so that is what you call him, a bearer. He actually holds her bag, right? So we give him the proper handle to it now, a bearer, right? Secondly, I think a good cabinet, well done, you know, even though we're not quite sure. However, I would disagree with one thing. Mr. Fitzgerald Hines should pick somebody else for that position, you know, honestly. To me, Mr. Fitzgerald Hines do really work. This is my opinion, you know. The only time he seems to work is when it comes down to election, you know. But other than that, good cabinet. And secondly, if at all for this budget, I think that I would say that literally they should do something for persons with disabilities on the whole, because I've been visiting NGOs and stuff like that, groups, you know, and stuff like that, and it's really there's really not much being done for persons with disabilities, you know. So I think that they need to really expand on that further, even as well as with regards to the TT card where that is concerned. I think they need to really look into that, especially when it comes down to persons with disabilities, because there are persons who collect in just the grant at the end of the month, which is $2,000, and they barely even get in by, you know, which is a fact. So I think they need to really consider that. Reach home safe and God bless.
Thank you so much. My lines are crazy. Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Yes, Miss Aisha Wells. Everybody looking to bash Mr. Fitzgerald Hines. In the last 5 years, he's the only parliamentarian who was in every sitting. He and Mr. Sitting. And here we go on. The opposition couldn't answer him at all. He's the firebrand inside the parliament for the last 5 years. All you're talking about outside, well, you see the pool in Sogre Trace, that is one of his projects, right? And I'm thankful for that. Even though they say he was absent, I saw him on the television throughout the whole parliament session. And days which I sent him first before he come in the community to find out anything. Because as I showing all you, check the councillor first before you go to the parliamentarian, and all you only go talking about Fitzgerald Hines and do nothing. I'm glad in the ministry of if he get a ministry, I will be glad, because we will see if he ain't doing nothing for the people, because housing involves people. Distribution of housing and building houses for people. So I would be watching him closely in that ministry if he's appointed there. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Alison Williams says, hey, Aisha, good afternoon. Now that the election bacchanal is finished, let us put our differences aside and get down to business. I want to say good afternoon to a texter. She says, good afternoon, Aisha Wells. Good afternoon to you. Caller, you're live. Caller, are you there? All right, sorry, I missed your call. Remember, we're on standby to go live to the swearing-in ceremony. Caller, you're live.
Good afternoon, Mr. and good afternoon to the rest of the street.
Hello.
Well, now, after the election, my issues in the country remain the same, right? So I want to use this opportunity to highlight them. Now, it's still adults that we have to deal with who have no problem showing their bias, right? And that doesn't go for the politicians only. This is especially for the supporters of the UNC. You understand? Because I don't know what else they are waiting on to see that Mr. Sadbi Tessa will never be a proper choice to lead this nation, but I would leave them there. But I want to deal with serious issues in this country, Ms. Wells, right? Where, as it relates to police officers, right, operating in a way where they are using when it is convenient for them to carry out or to enforce the law. We are dealing with some politicians also who, in light of whatever accusation they bring against each other, we are not seeing any great effort from the police service as it relates to finding out if the accusations are true or not. And we still have to live here in the midst of all this mess with Ms. Kamala Prasad-Bitesa still as the opposition leader in our face. You understand? At this point, I will let Dr. Rowley and them settle in before I get critical, because it doesn't matter who is governing. I want to have the opportunity where I can call for people to be held to account without being attacked by these fanatics every day right through. You understand? Because it's your party, it's supposed to get a pass, or because it's my party. No, we have to ask, when is the government going to take the same type of decisions there and consider that littering is something that they should put a greater effort in enforcing the law, just like how they want to raise traffic offences and all the other offences in this nation. People only wake up, wake up. You understand? They have the population well divided. Meantime, you will never hear one of these politicians come out and asking or making rap for their salary, because they get all of it on time all the time. You understand? Only the lower end of people have to make noise for their salary. And I don't know when people will wake up and see what is going on in this nation. A damn fed up and vexed is the adults who keep supporting them have it so. I look on and listening.
All right, thank you so much. Okay, so Lovely One on YouTube said, good evening, Aisha. Whenever UNC wins the election, they never query the EBC's results. However, when they lose, it's like the EBC thief thousands of their white fowls. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha.
Hey, how are you?
Well, even a blind man could see from 2015 to present, Kamala moved from a fourth rate something to a fourth rate nothing. She know the difference between winning, losing, lying, or the truth. Oh God, look what she do to Basdev Pandey UNC party. It no longer in UNC complex, the flagship, the headquarters. If she really loved the UNC, she say she heart pure and she hand clean. Well, put the UNC headquarters in Philippines. You used to host cabinet meeting day. Now the UNC headquarters is on the McBean opposite Simpson Funeral Home. So they all could go and pick the coffin. It even have one day for Kingsley had gone.
Thank you so much. All right, so Claire Carrington says it's not the same EBC that covered last year local government election. There was no problems then. But 2020 general election is so much issues. Why? If the PNM had lost, Dr. Rowley would have walked away with everything, would have been honky-dory. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha Welsh.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, I hear the Queen was coming like she turned back.
Oh, let us put me in some bacchanal, you know. You hear the Queen was coming. You hear that, so she going back, eh? She going back where she come from. Caller, you live.
Yeah, Aisha, good day.
Yes, Anderson, good day.
I see a great listener is a great learner. And to all the children, good day. And to all who sit in the exam in the morning, we will go and sleep early time. Go and take a early rest today. Right? Relax all yourself. I was listening to which you earlier on. And only could turn back any frequency, play back anything. Or not the ABC, darling, it's EBC. Not the ABC. Yes, yeah, and listen and all say that. That's what you hear me say that witch. The other witch I deal with. Who just play like she may show. One is called Santa Cruz. And he come report this morning. I want you to know Santa Cruz. Whoever listening, go and tell that witch. That's the witch. And the still say, when you never turn the bicycle and beat them that one day. Right? And Children John, that's what Children John do with the children. Children John should be doing that, yes. Right? Children John has called a right. How much more place we have? Right? And nobody begging no East Indian. You're not East Indian. Children John is African like me. So when Children John do think about children and beat them, you have to stay out of Santa Cruz. You have to go on the report. Yes? We'll call them and tell them. What you don't do but you Santa Cruz, you're only going, it's not like that. Now nobody else does that, you Santa Cruz. I can't think when you're there now. I will call man, I will tell you, tell you this is. And I pastor can't have you figure and see. Call out the way you don't do but you Santa Cruz. I say that you are 15 trying to get still ban and beat them. Why is it? It's still a job we talking about. It's still a track to be again gone. And nobody can get the some kind of relief from this pandemic. And we look like we're in a second dangerous phase now. But the emergency open your first as equal. Especially the emergency still have until. And the East-West corridor. So you rich, like the rich were going on. Nobody can say, and nothing going on, thief and win thief. The thief have been going on. Whether it's chat, whether it's ANC, whether it's PM, it's we that can get the thief. Really going on. Everybody in the news, when they show your portfolio, everybody thief in. So I'm trying to listen to them about. Yes, but I'm not more PM, no. I know why you can see the noise. I saw why some guy drinking and drinking the rum and the whiskey. You take it out of my hands now. Take that out of my hands and it's not nothing to take any shot and listen to me, but as long as people don't mean represented or to represent anybody in any constituency, I say we may committed to my nation. I have to see a better nation. But I know as long as everything will be no easy 2 years, or they might get a gravy in the laser. But Rory, don't care about none of you. And you, the rich, you Santa Cruz, I'm not Mr. You. You're like rich. It's only a shit.
All is UNC together, though. How come it's a big falling out? But all it was together, you, Miss Santa Cruz, Guru, all it was friends. What caused the falling out, Anderson? All right, Anne-Marie Charles says, hey, Aisha, good evening. Lord, a week. Anderson, good man, you know. Yeah, he easy. Famous Us says, Kamala didn't go like toe for Pandy, though. Anderson, mind your heart, says Anne-Marie Charles. One more before I go to the voice notes. Caller, you live?
I shall go take with me. And you might tell some of them. Anderson got to go. But Anderson family big, but what's some more to know? Anderson was not drinking no rum. And no whiskey. And I keep shifting from door to door. Or the camp to rub me by. Money like that. Down door. It's not sure I'm going to be the phone. But I know you don't care if you're full of swing. The way they give it train, I don't deal with that. I don't give it train. So somebody else, don't kiss. Or you want to put on the train, stop
right, Anderson. Akira Lambert, do something about that now. Please and thanks. Yeah? Let me go to the voice notes.
And Aisha, I so agree. I so agree that if Kamala and them had win that election, nobody would have been checking, no ABC and all this attack back. Oh gosh, man, it's time for let us go forward. Let us go forward. It's only a bickering. Aisha, one thing I want to ask you to do for me before you leave, or you cut off, could you play a song by Bob Marley, One Love? I want to dedicate this song to Trinidad and Tobago. One Love by Bob Marley.
All right, I'll definitely find it for you. All right, we go back to our voice notes.
Aisha Wells, good evening again. The Hindu cabal versus the Africans in the UNC. Let's see the outcome. Wrong one. Aisha Wells, good evening again. It has started, you see, the implosion between Indians who in the UNC lifetime and Africans who just jump in that Kamala decide to pull on his side to try to win the election. So men like Anderson and Kingsley, you hear how Anderson wanted to kill Miss Santa Cruz? Well, the junket now start. Wait, you go see if, waiting for the internal fighting that, well, I hear you, Devon, I'm looking to see it on Facebook, I can't find it. And then I have Faoud Khan. So it now start. Because Munilal, which is a smoothie, I wonder which side he on. Enjoy evening.
Let me get it back and I'll now Barataria. Let me get it Tory. You know me and you good. I go tag in the live with Devon. So Devon called me today to find out what feedback I get from his interview. But I missed the call, so I end up voice noting him now. He said, no, you know, a lot of others in the UNC want to talk out. If you hear the big names, this Sudama, that Sudama, all kind of Ramona, everybody will come by me all of a sudden to talk. But you know, a little busy these days and thing, eh? Yeah, a little busy these days. I change up my vibe a little bit. I talking more positive thing. I interviewing entrepreneurs. So I'm not mixing up any little politics as often, you know? So I tell them I got to hold back on all who want to talk. All who want to talk will get the time to talk, but they can't talk now. So yes, I gave you the Tory. So I saw a press release on Facebook, would have been 2 days ago from Masmoudi. Masmoudi had a whole speech about now is not the time to fight. Now is the time to unite the party. And now is the time to be focused. And if you hear nation building talk, because Masmoudi ain't getting caught with the pants down again, eh? Remember, after the last loss, they did chain him up was to run out for leadership. And when they done, they didn't back him. So like Masmoudi get bright. He batted in the crease and he letting everybody chew up. Remember, he done in parliament already. He had money to get whether who in or who out. So yes, the Tory takes Moody batting in the crease and he talking nation building. However, Kingsley and them cussing up Devon Mirage, who in the party for 25 years. Barataria. 25 years, Devon is a UNC. Kingsley joined the party yesterday. No, I lie. I think he said 5 days ago. 5 years ago, sorry. 5 years ago, cussing up Devon Mirage. All on Facebook, he cussing Devon Barataria. He harassing the man on Facebook. I don't know why Devon don't report he to the police. If you see thing he saying about Devon on Facebook, it's bacchanal. Then, but they say Guru listening to gospel now. Guru totally off the airways. He not even calling radio programs. Guru don't even listen. I don't know even where to find Guru for looking for him. Something else I have to tell you about Taria, but I forget. I forget. Call me. I get these calls. Call me. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Aisha, good afternoon again.
Yes, how you doing?
No, listen, no, I don't normally respond to Kingsley, but whenever he calls certain things, you know, I'll try to get it straight because, for example, now, the gentleman who called Leave It There, Aisha really and truly gives a really good contribution when I used to listen at the other station. But when we used to tune into these people was very disrespectful. I think those guys who they Brown the morning program with Andy and those guys, I mean, they were really disrespectful. And the minute you call and you say something, they used to cut you off. So I say, it makes no sense calling a program that they don't respect you, they don't respect your contribution, they call you name. Philip Alexander was in the program one morning. I said, Philip, you need to tone it down because your song is overlearned. And if you look at Philip Alexander and they fall off already. So leave it there. You used to fight them. And I say, it makes no sense calling the program. Not only that, there was a morning program at particular East Indian station, and there too, calling in names, and we leave it there. So my thing is, Dr. Rowley probably said, hey, you know what? It added no value. Because no matter what, they have the same approach in beating Dr. Rowley, disrespecting him. And Aisha, look at it. They added on another station, 104.7. No value. They're still losing the election. So my thing is, like Kingsley, if you're trying the same thing over and over and getting the same result, Aisha, or if you're expecting a different result, and something wrong with your program?
Yes, I would assume.
Yeah. Right, so leave it there. Leave them with the program. Join our program and add value. But if you're a PNM supporter, and because you follow to somebody in the PNM, you're criticizing Dr. Rowley, something wrong with your support. That is my view. Take it easy.
Thank you so much. All right, so let me read some more of the comments as they come in. Someone says, Aisha, in 2015, Dr. Rowley asked for a recount, and I don't know what cockroach people doing in foul business. I don't know what that means. I'm very skeptical of that cockroach talk now, I'm just saying.
Aisha, good afternoon. It all boils down to one thing, mental illness.
Lord Father. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Lila, can I talk? Yeah?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
No.
Mental illness and what kind of thing.
Not me at all. I not doing that no.
I am surprised to see that Rowley Jr. is begging. Leave it there to stop bashing Rowley. The only problem he have with leave it there because Rowley asking questions about Rowley. So Rowley Jr. have a problem about leave it there for asking questions about Rowley. So Rowley Jr., I will respond to you. Not 1 day, not 2 days, not even 3 days. Because I know you is Dr. Rowley shit on his bed. I'm not saying that again. I know you Dr. Rowley shit on his bed. Aisha Wells, there is no fight among the African UNC in our great party. There's some East Indian vex. There's some African people vex. It's up to them to be vexed. But we party, we are moving on. Kamala Persaud is going to swear in this afternoon as the opposition leader, and we will know who is going to be 6 senators in the upper house. So we are focused. We not on that them say, they say, you say, me say, he say, you say, I will say, and we say. We focus on keeping this country.
So you're trying to tell me the feud between you and Devon Maraj is over?
But Aisha Wells, I just like Devon Maraj, I'm an outspoken person. I don't afraid no one. I don't afraid no one. When I'm dead, I might be afraid. Once I living in this world, it can be living way. It can be moving with who? It could be this MP, this Prime Minister. It can be living where in this China and this country. It can be half so much of guns. It could be the commissioner. Once I am defending this country, that is all I concern about. My country and my children's future. No one will disturb Kingsley. No one, because Aisha Wells only thought after the election, Kingsley will stop calling radio station. Kingsley will go inside the house and lock up and be coward and be afraid. But you are seeing the same energy. You are hearing the same voice. You are seeing Kingsley crying when he needs to cry. You are seeing Kingsley functioning. You are seeing Kingsley supporting his political leader and his party. And Aisha Wells don't care when the next international reach in our UNC party. Whoever is the political leader at the UNC at that time, next year, Kamala, whoever, I will be supporting the political leader. But at this time, at this moment, no one will be bullying the opposition out of office. Aisha Wells, I am so excited. I know I'm a TV on Facebook, live on Facebook, looking to hear the press conference, looking to see. I'm so happy that my opposition leader take, as you say, well, okay, I'm taking the blame. I am taking the blame. She knows she don't have to take the blame. But certain Africans and certain East Indians in the political party, they have a problem. Aisha Wells, as I told you, I am a strong supporter of Kamala Persaud but I will also be conscious and know where to support and where not to support. At this moment, I do not hate Dr. Rowley, of course not one breath. I hate Dr. Rowley. I might disagree with his policy.
You're singing like you're drifting back already, boy.
No, nowhere.
Kingsley, you're singing like you're about to 360 on them, boy.
Aisha, PNM will take 40 years before they get back the philosophy of Eric Williams, because after Dr. Rowley leave and go on anyway and living nice, the PNM have to sanitize, they have to wash, they have to sprinkle water in it, they have to ring bell, have to pay back. So it will take me over 40 years if I ever go back to the PNM. I am UNC today. I'm a UNC today. I like to say, how Joe Davis spent 20 years in the UNC. Oh, Gypsy spent 20 years in the UNC. How Wendell Evans spent 5 years in the partnership. And I mean, I committed to my UNC and I committed to my political party. I am UNC. I'm proud of UNC and happy. I am saying this. Dr. Mudilal support our political leader. He know that, hey, the strength is in the party.
Oh, God, do a ad now, man. Do a script now. You're on the radio a whole 5 minutes.
Yeah. You want to get Roy Jr. and them all the time. I'm talking. I go back in and get video, right? I go.
Let me read your message. Dominic says, good afternoon, Aisha. One love. All right, Sophia Clark says, good afternoon, Aisha. Arrogance led the UNCs to its demise. Just look at Aloy Hunt and David Nackett's behavior utterances post-election. While those of you on WhatsApp is saying all the mouth Kingsley have now, and when the guy took his phone, he cry like a girl. So rock so. Oh, Lord, all they don't forget at all. How all they don't forget so?
Good afternoon, Aisha Wells. Good afternoon to you. I want to say that I want to thank Kamala Bissau-Bissessar for doing a good job, for making the PNM win, and I hope she remain as opposition leader. So we will win local coming up next. God spare life, health and strength. We're going to win local election. So Kamala Bissau-Bissessar, I wish you all the best that you go and swear in today, so you will help us win local election coming up. I go on.
Imagine that. You could be that. While there are people crying their loyalty and pledging, only thanking the lady to stay, they say all you could win. All you normal? Yeah. Father Lord. Let's play another one.
Aisha Wells, you see what I'm telling you? The boy is a bandwagonist. Aisha Wells, just could you hurry up and play One Love by Bob Marley for me, please? But no, telling you that the boy, once he see our party lose, he no longer want to be with our party. You see? Oh, he started to talk about, since the other day I watching him, you know, he's starting to get a kind of emotional way about Dr. Rowley. He's a bandwagonist.
Oh, God, all you make him out good. But I want to tell all you know me, I just be Marco in. So I went up on the hill about 2 days ago, and up to now, since the 10th of August, 9 days ago, there has been no construction on how he named house, Not a nail ponging, not a brick laying, not a paintbrush painting. I don't know why work stopped. I not calling nobody name, if all you know, whistle. I have been up until 2 days now. Since after the 10th of August, I repeat, there has been not a nail ponging, not a brick laying, it had a sort of Spanish working on the roof, no Spanish. The place quiet, the scene dead. I don't know what's going on. I was just minding my business. But I can't help but notice construction on how he named house. Slow down. Hey, tell up on the John this now again, red eye now.
Aisha Wells, you don't get a headache. You must walk with a little painkillers and thing, you know, when certain calling in, right? Because I show you just get a headache. Oh my gosh, I started get a headache all now.
Aisha Wells. Emotional way about the.
You know me.
Aisha Wells, King D them in a mess, you know. King D and them
up to now
hungry. They in a mess. They know who to support. Let them not the right day. We will continue winning. Let them not the right day. Greatest Dr. Harley, greatest the PLM. Take it in.
Good afternoon to the foreign texter. She's saying, Aisha, you ain't easy. No, I tell you, since I passed, I used to see a set of Spanish on the roof. No Spanish, no Spanish.
Aisha, well, good evening again. So what you're saying to us, the man not as lucky as the former prime minister to get contractors to come to take the vehicle, to take the company name of the vehicle and finish the house. I don't understand. He was getting paid to sing the song to win the election. So as the election done, because somebody put up some as UNC picking back up some dustbins. So they must pick back up the Spanish too.
Well, listen, I don't know if it's the same truck we're moving in La Hocketa that taking back appliances. But apparently, a truck passed through Lavantil and take workers, eh? But according to Leave It There, I would leave it there. Let me read the comments. They cannot get the old money changed, so the house had to go on hold till 2025. I got to leave it now. Somebody said, Aisha, please play Buju for all the UNC members who are still so emotional over the election results. We would never have to cry over me. Oh, Lord. Let's go again.
Sister Aisha, good afternoon. Now that the new government will be sworn in, I would like the ministries and them in charge of service commission to do an audit, right? Because it seems that if have people going into the system there, right, with hardly any qualification and getting jobs where there are vacancies. And there are, I would say, a lot of young Africans who are having their degrees and cannot get these jobs, right? A survey could be done or an audit could be done to see the truth of this. Thank you. I would like the government to deal with this issue.
Aisha, good afternoon. Kingsley like a political grasshopper.
Well, I don't know. I can't say, sweetheart. I can't say. I could tell you no work going on in Lavantil. Caller, you live?
Aisha.
Yes?
The 2015 general election. The people get rid at the UNC. We get rid at the Grom report and them, then waste a time on them from 91.1. Dr. Rowley get rid of CNMG. How CNMG getting that? And when you were supposed to fix it better than before, you mash up everything. That ain't making sense to me, Rowley Jr. I would leave it there.
All right, guys, just a few more minutes to the swearing in. So I'm looking at the decorations on my screen. President House is all tidied up. It is fancy too bad. The arrangements is in red, white, and black as they get ready for the swearing in about 20 minutes. We're going to go live, so you can keep it right here to the Street 919 FM. Caller, you live?
Hey, I got it to you, Miss Wells.
I got it to you.
I'm driving here. You know who's my passenger? Mr. Maki, Padmore's daughter, Keisha. Say hi, Aisha.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Aisha.
All is well, my darling.
How are you?
I'm good, my dear. How is the family?
They're all right.
Please give everybody my regards. I know Mommy birthday coming up.
It's today.
It's today.
Say happy birthday to you, Mommy.
Happy birthday, Moms.
Wishing you many more years to come.
Wow. I would definitely call her when I come off radio.
No problem.
All right, my darling. All the best.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Mackie boy, the old MacDonald Padmore. Blessings to his family and happy birthday, Miss Janet. I'll definitely give you a shout when I come off the radio. All right, somebody saying this call is on point. Start with WASA with an audit. Find those burned documents. You will be shocked to see who qualified or not. Alison Phillips said, good day, Aisha. Grace is the PNM and we have prevailed, while Trini John is saying Mr. Young to deal with CARICOM non-nationals who are living in Trinidad over 5 years to find roadway to give them permanent residency in Trinidad and Tobago. By Deborah Henry Wilkes says, Aisha Gill, I can't watch your show whole day, Gill. I love you. You're not easy. No, I just to say it as it is, Deborah. I'm saying it as it is. I ain't see the Spanish on them in 2 weeks.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Tobago in the house, Tobago in the house. I am listening to you, and I am Mr. Anderson on the beat. Come and say, talking out loud. But you know, the same Fitzgerald Hines that they say that wasn't doing nothing. When the rain, the floods come down, and he wanted to come and help the people on the beatum. He's not the same one to encourage people on the beatum to kick water on the man. But let it take that in the Rukum Kotung. They take Kamala money and what they had to offer, and they still vote she out. Let them take that. Tobago in the house.
Much love to Tobago, much love to Tobago. Well, girl, I was in Tobago last weekend and I went to a housewarming in Roxborough. All you're looking different down there, girl. So is health center that turning into hospital, is fire station up, is police station, is new gas station, is good roads. Roxborough completely transformed since I was there for the THA election in 2016. Is a completely different area. Just now people in country not to go tongue again. All you need in Roxborough right now is an airport and probably like a big supermarket, and that's it. All you gotta go tongue again for nothing. Roxborough different. I could tell you that. I and all was shocked from when I was there from 2016 THA elections to 2020. A lot happened in Roxborough. I had to see it for myself. Nobody couldn't tell me. All right, so 54 seconds before the break. Yeah, much love to Peaceful Leah and to Kayo Atiba. Hi, Kayo. How you doing? Mark Anson says, Aisha, don't rub it in. Watson, Duke and the UNC will get jealous. No, I didn't know. I now see why Duke didn't win. A lot happened in Roxborough. I had to see it for myself. I tell all you. It's fire station, it's hospital, big state-of-the-art hospital. It's new police station. It's fishing depot. I mean, Roxborough look different. Really, really different. We're going to go for that break as we get closer to the swearing-in ceremony. We're going to go live at 4.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street. 919 FM.
All right, yeah, so it was just a drop, not an ad. I'll take a few more calls as we make our way to the top. Yeah, let me see which stream I'm going to be tapping into to bring you this press conference live. Let me see who. I'm going to get you guys the best feed so you can hear it live and direct, okay? So feel free to call me now. Just a few more minutes left. We all talking until then. All right, so Joyce Phyllis said, I thought Tobago is the same way and nothing happened. I don't know if the rest of Tobago, nothing didn't happen. I can tell you about what I saw. And I would have left, where did I stay this time? I stayed Buku. So I left Buku and I went up to Roxborough for a housewarming. And I drove all the way by myself. And I was quite surprised and pleased to see the direction that Roxborough is in. Roxborough people don't have to go down to town for anything at the moment. As I tell you, the only thing I think they're missing in Roxborough is a movie town and a big supermarket. Other than that, things ain't bad at all in Roxborough. Roxborough look like a different part of the island. They really develop Roxborough. Let's see who's there. All right, so somebody saying, Aisha, I started listening to your program since your no vote campaign. I am surprised that you, a leopard, doesn't change its spots. No, it's not that, darling. I have been one way right through. Just real. So depending on when you're listening to me or what agenda you think I have, you may think I support you or I don't. But this is me 160%. I say what I have to say, irregardless about who feels about it. So it might just not be your day today. But who knows, if you tune in to me tomorrow, you might like me. Tune in the day after, you may not. It happens. Yeah? Don't take it personal.
Good evening, Aisha Wells. Yeah.
Look, when you leave me alone, okay? Leave me alone today now. Leave me.
Tobago in the house again. That is what we're talking about, Aisha. Performance beat old talk. But you know, in 2015, what Sunjukli said he was going to give me an airport. Oops. But he lost, so we can't get no airport in Roxborough now. But we could take the expansion now in Crown Point. That is what we're talking about. Performance beat old talk. Tobago in the house, out and out.
I sure was go. How come they say PNM doesn't do nothing? Anytime they come in power, they doesn't do nothing. So who do all that development? Is it somebody else from part of the world come and do it? Casper do it then? How people they say PNM doesn't do nothing? And look, you know, St. Tobago look very different. I tell you, I hate that word now. PNM doesn't do nothing.
All right, so let me read your comment. Somebody saying, Aisha, like you went back for your party card. Why it is all you see how all it is? All the time I am accommodating Anil Roberts' program, all you did like me. You know, today all you do like me. I said tune in tomorrow, you might like me again. It happens from time to time. People shift. They shift plenty. So today is not your day. Today is not today, but I promise you tomorrow maybe. You gotta stick with me, yeah? So let me read the comment. Anne-Marie Charles says, Aisha, watching you on the big screen, waiting for the swearing in. It's looking good. Yes, Aisha, I love Tobago. It's nice once the border opens. I can't wait to reach. Why, Urshis Raymond said, Aisha, good afternoon. Mayaro in the house. Greatest the PNM, and we have prevailed. All right, let me see who else is there. I'm reading. Allison say, I have a list of 88 things the PNM did. Let's see. Terry Moore saying, Aisha, just keep calling it as it is. It happens. Did it like me all the time, you know? They did love me. They did love me about 2 weeks ago. Now all who want to know if I get back the card, if I lost it, I don't know. I don't know what has happened. But like I said, today is not their date. Maybe tomorrow, might be next week, who knows? You just have to work with me.
But Aisha, I was meaning to ask you, where Anil Roberts? Well, he used to be on your show, and he used to be talking big and he mouth big and loud. If I hear him at time talking about Dr. Rowley, I wonder when we win the election, I carrying him to court and I taking up everything but him. We're Big Mouth. I ain't hearing Big Mouth. Big Mouth get quiet. I hearing everybody else, but the man with the biggest mouth, I'm not hearing him. Give me some feedback on Big Mouth now, please.
Okay, so I too wasn't hearing him for a good few days after the election, and I wasn't sure how to message him because I know what this election meant to him. So it was on, I'm pulling up my phone to get the right date for you here. It would have been on my birthday, August the 16th. I messaged the Douglas man around after 12 and I said, hey, Douglas, I'm here, what's going on? It is my birthday. And boy, Douglas wasn't doing good at all. You know, because of confidentiality reasons, I wouldn't play his voice note on radio for you guys. But Douglas wasn't doing good at all. Douglas is also of the opinion that they stole the election. The election was stolen. And, you know, Douglas, he ain't doing too good. I say get Douglas some munch to catch yourself. Yeah, when I didn't hear from him, I was a bit concerned because, you know, after somebody put all and their hopes and their dreams into something and it don't work out, you don't know what frame of mind they may be in. So at first, I was a little bit skeptical whether I should reach out to him. And then I say, you know what, just hail up the man, you know, hail him up. So yes, I hail him up. And well, as I could say, because of confidentiality reasons, I wouldn't play it. But if you hear it, Douglas ain't sound good at all. He ain't sound good at all. So yes, that's that Trinidad and Tobago. A few minutes to the hour of 4 o'clock where we get ready to go to the swearing-in ceremony in a few minutes. Alison Thomas says Douglas have 19. Not COVID-19, but UNC-19. Alison, all ain't easy, you know. Douglas ain't doing good at all, you know. He ain't doing good at all.
I said Douglas was jail coming.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I wasn't there. All it has put me in some situations. Why all you want me to say a thing about my friend? I can't say a thing about my friend. All I could say is that he's not doing well. Yeah, he's not doing well. All you want me to say a thing about
the light wasn't there yet.
When God say yes, nobody can say no. So let them think that somebody that PNM stole the election. PNM don't have to stole no election. Because PNM not thirsty for power. You know, PNM not like the UNC. Always desperate for power and hungry. You know, God put PNM there for a reason. The right choice, the right man. God intervened in this election. You know, all praying people, they make sure and pray. So not every prayer you pray, God go answer, because God have the last say to know who fit to be running our country. And that was Dr. Kid Rowley. He was appointed by the man above.
All right, good afternoon to my YouTubers. 221 people on the YouTube live. So Jason Bichette say, Aisha, don't mind them. I'm a consistent fan, and I know you right here. And Vanita Richard says, Aisha, I love your program. I love you too. While Braveheart says, Tobago has 2 female giants for Member of Parliament, Roy and Kojo. Love you guys. May the gods of our Tobagonians ancestors continue to be with them.
Day Talk. You This Friday, it's Calypso Night on Iowa Stage, featuring.
Hello, well, this is Impulse, and you see, this Friday on Iowa George Stage is one-on-one with me and I. Don't forget, this Friday on Iowa George Stage is real guys, so log in, tune in, you and I. This Friday, real thing, all kind of thing, ting.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. Or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chia seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Yo, well, it's yours truly, Nigel Lopez, and I'm going to be on the street 919 Wednesday the 19th of August. We doing it concert style.
Streaming live on Instagram at IwaGeorge, Facebook Neil Iwa George, and YouTube Iwa TV. It's Iwa Stage.
Yo, it done it's about Trinidad Ghost. Catch me live on the one-on-one virtual concert. Tune into Iwa George Instagram, Iwa George Facebook, Iwa George TV, YouTube. Come on, bro, you know what any girl? I ain't see Moses, Celestia, this Saturday the 22nd of August. Live, all the tuning. Trinidad Ghost performing live on Iwa Stage. Things are go mad. I'm to all them wicked girl. Most of them girl is criminal, is wicked girl. Boom.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iwa George, Facebook Neil Iwa George, and YouTube Iwa TV. It's Iwa Stage.
He's a madman. You see this Saturday the 22nd of August on Iwa Stage. Let me tell you, if I was married, I would have married on stage. Not the one on every stage, but Iwa big stage, because stage just cross and I just cross, we just all cross together. So in the middle of the night when the thing is right, we just cross Iwa stage together. Yo, this is your boy Trinidad Madman, and I'm going to be live and alive on a one-on-one virtual concert at Iwa Stage this Saturday the 22nd of August. All make it a date and don't be late. This is going to be streaming live on Facebook at Neil Iwa George, and it's going to be streaming on YouTube on Iwa TV and Instagram at Iwa George. Let's make it a date and don't be late, because this Saturday is a solo event. It's Shello.
Street 919 FM, courtesy T and Tech, the power to make it work. In the headlines, children sitting at the SEA on Thursday are asked to be kept home if they exhibit flu-like symptoms. The Sea Bridge vessels to operate with reduced capacity from Friday, and in news overseas, at least 45 migrants died in a shipwreck off the Libyan coast. With the details, I am Jason Shields. Her Excellency Paula May Weeks, President Paula May Weeks, in a short while will swear in Dr. Keith Rowley as Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago for a second consecutive term. Dr. Rowley will officially name the members of his cabinet who will also be sworn in. On Wednesday, the Elections and Boundaries Commission ratified Dr. Rowley's People's National Movement's victory over the United National Congress in last Monday's general elections as 22-19. The Ministry of Education released a statement on Wednesday evening informing parents with children exhibiting flu-like symptoms will not be permitted on school premises for the SEA examinations on Thursday. The statement explained that a makeup examination will be available to students who are absent. The ministry added a few guidelines for the proceedings on today. There will be no congregating in or around school grounds. Parents are asked to drop off their students no later than 7:45 for the examinations and collected promptly after the exam from approximately 1 p.m. Students must wear masks and will be screened at entry on school grounds for COVID-19 related symptoms. In other news, as of this Friday, all 3 inter-island ferries and the MV Cabo Star will be operating with reduced passenger capacity. This was the word from the Trinidad and Tobago Inter-Island Transportation Company. The Jar de la Vette and the TNT Spirit will be accommodating 350 passengers, while the Galleon's Passage will carry only 200. The Cabo Star will transport 50 persons at a time. The TTIT reiterated to the traveling public that only essential travel will be entertained at this time. Finally, in news overseas, 5 children are among at least 45 migrants who perished in a shipwreck off the coast of Azwara in Libya on Wednesday. They were among more than 80 persons on board a vessel whose engine exploded, causing the vessel to sink. The deaths were reported by some 37 survivors rescued by local fishermen. More than 300 people are known to have died trying to cross the Mediterranean Sea from Libya to Europe this year, with the actual figure believed to be much higher. The survivors of the wreck, who were mainly from Senegal, Mali, Chad, and Ghana, were detained after they disembarked in Libya. And that was a look at your news to 4 p.m. on the street 919 FM, recapping the headlines. Children sitting the SEA on Thursday are asked to be kept home if they exhibit flu-like symptoms. Sea Bridge vessels to operate with reduced capacity from Friday. And in news overseas, at least 45 migrants die in a shipwreck off the coast of Libya. Our next major newscast comes up at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I am Jason Shields. Continue to have a good afternoon.
News from the street.
great919fm.com.
Uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge.
Voice of the ghetto youths again, Jammy, beg you please.
In accordance with Section 41 and 2A of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the Senate shall consist of 31 members, in this Constitution referred to as senators, who shall be appointed by the President in accordance with this section. Of the 31 senators, 16 shall be appointed by the President, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister. The following persons are appointed as senators in the Senate of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago: Mr. Hassel Bacchus, Dr. Amory Brown, Ms. Donna Cox, Mr. Kazim Hossain, Mr. Franklin Khan, Mr. Randall Mitchell, Mr. Clarence Rambarat, Mrs. Paula Gopi-Skoon, Mr. Rohan Sinanan, Mr. Avinash Singh, and Ms. Renuka Sagram Singh Suklal. In accordance with Section 76(3) of the Constitution of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, the ministers other than the Prime Minister shall be such persons as the President, acting in accordance with the advice of the Prime Minister, shall appoint from among the members of the House of Representatives and the Senators. I now invite the following persons to take their oaths of office as ministers: Mr. Faris Alwari as the Attorney General in the Office of the Attorney General and the Ministry of Legal Affairs.
Raise your right hand as we read the oath and sign.
I, Faris Alrawi, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, and will uphold the Constitution. I, Faris Alrawi, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Attorney General and do all right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Senator, the Honorable Mr. Clarence Rambarat as Minister of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries.
I, Clarence Rambarat, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, and I would uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister, and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will. Thank you.
Senator the Honorable Mr. Avinash Singh as Minister in this ministry.
I, Avinash Singh, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will. Sworn before me.
Dr. Nayan Gatsby Dolly as Minister of Education.
I, Nayan Gatsby Dolly, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Mrs. Lisa Morris Julian as Minister in the Ministry of Education.
Thank you. I, Lisa Morris Julian, do solemnly swear that I will bear the true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will. Thank you. Thank you.
Senator the Honorable Mr. Franklin Khan as Minister of Energy and Energy Industries.
I, Franklin Khan, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Mr. Colum Imbut as Minister of Finance.
I, Colum Imbut, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Mr. Brian Manning as Minister in the Ministry of Finance.
I, Brian Manning, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Mr. Terence Dial Singh as Minister of Health.
I, Terence Dial Singh, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Ms. Penelope Beckles as Minister of Housing and Urban Development.
I, Penelope Beckles, solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago. I will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Mr. Adrian Leons as Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development.
I, Adrian Leons, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, and I will uphold the Constitution and the law, and I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Mr. Stephen McClatchy as Minister of Labour.
I, Stephen McClatchy, do solemnly swear that I will bear faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister, and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Senator, the Honorable Mr. Kazim Hossain, as Minister of Local Government and Rural Development.
I, Kazim Hussein, solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and that I will conscientiously and impartially and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do all right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Mr. Stuart Richard Young as Minister of National Security and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister.
Thank you. I, Stuart Richard Young, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability, discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Senator, the Honorable Mrs. Renuka Sagram Singh Suklal, as Minister in the Attorney General and Ministry of Legal Affairs.
I, Renuka Sagram Singh Suklal, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Mrs. Ayana Wester Roy, as Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister.
I, Ayana Webster Roy, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Mr. Simon De Nobrega, as Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister.
I, Simon De Nobrega, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Mrs. Camille Robinson Regis as Minister of Planning and Development.
I, Camille Robinson Regis, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Senator the Honorable Ms. Alison West as Minister of Public Administration and Digital Transformation.
I, Alison West, solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Senator the Honorable Mr. Hassel Bacchus as Minister in the Ministry of Public Administration and Digital Transformation.
I, Hassel Bacchus, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection, or ill will.
Mr. Garvin Gonzalez as Minister of Public Utilities.
I, Marvin Gonzalez, do solemnly swear
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my abilities discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Senator, the Honorable Ms. Donna Cox, as Minister of Social Development and Family Services.
I, Donna Cox, do solemnly affirm that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, and I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister.
Ms. Shamfa Kojo, as Minister of Sport and Community Development.
I, Shamfa Kojo, solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Senator, the Honorable Mr. Randall Mitchell, as Minister of Tourism, Culture and the Arts.
I, Randall Mitchell, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Senator the Honourable Mrs. Paula Gopi-Skoon as Minister of Trade and Industry.
I, Paula Gopi-Skoon, solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right to all manner of men without fear or favour, affection or ill will.
Senator the Honourable Mr. Rohan Sinanan as Minister of Works and Transport.
I, Rohan Sinanan, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, will uphold the Constitution and the law, and will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duty as Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favour, affection or ill will.
Mr. Foster Cummings as a Minister in the Ministry of Works and Transport.
I, Foster Cummings, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right to all manner of people without fear or favour, affection or ill will.
Mr. Fitzgerald Hines as Minister of Youth Development and National Services.
I, Fitzgerald Hines, do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously and impartially and to the best of my ability discharge my duties as Minister and do right unto all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will.
Thank you, Excellency. I now invite Dr. the Honorable Keith Christopher Rowley, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, to address this esteemed gathering.
Your Excellency, Speaker of the House, President of the Senate, Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, Chief Secretary, and Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Chief Justice, my wife Sharon, colleagues, members of the national community. Throughout this function, I must admit that I frequently drifted away into noticing the return to this grand President's House, which we have not had the opportunity to use for this purpose for a number of years. I trust that the national community feels as welcome as I am, Your Excellency, to this location. Thank you for having us here today. As head of the government, recently sworn in, I trust that you would have noticed that there would have been some changes, not altogether earth-shattering, but significant. And permit me to mention the absence of one of our colleagues, and that is the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Amory Brown, who is currently in quarantine and should be out by the end of the weekend. So, Excellency, with your permission, he should be sworn in sometime by Monday or thereafter. So Dr. Brown will join those of us who have already been sworn in. I ask the national community to take note of the fact that I have put the nation's children in the hands of two mothers, and I trust that they could not be better placed. The two ministers in the Ministry of Education are responsible now not just only for their own family, but for the family of children of Trinidad and Tobago. As Prime Minister, the most significant assignment that I would expect to be carried out during this period of service of these two ministers is a radical reform of the country's curriculum from primary school and into secondary school. And without waiting for the outcome of such reform, I would publicly ask that these ministers ensure that whatever revision is done, whatever reform comes about, that the whole question of citizenship, which used to be called civics, be added to the curriculum of Trinidad and Tobago, so that our education system, whatever else it does, it prepares our people for citizenship. You would also observe that we have two ministers in the Ministry of Agriculture, which is an area which this government intends to focus on, not simply satisfying the cliches of agriculture for diversification, but for searching for the next generation of farmers, because it is my view that without farmers, there will be no farming, and without farming, there will be little agriculture. The ministers during this term would be involved in doing everything that is reasonable to ensure that our agricultural lands, where they are, as they are, would be brought into production in one kind or another, and encourage a number of young people from across the country to be supported in establishing additional farms in this country and supporting farms that already exist. With respect to the portfolio carried by Mr. Hines there of youth development and national service, this is a conversation that has to take place as to what national service means. And of course it is voluntary, but it will be a pathway for young people to get involved, to be trained, and to come out of the training and pick up responsibility in a number of areas. It is tied to the return of the youth camp that we've promised in our campaigns. There will be 3 youth camps to be built, and that will be part of our development program. And the location of young people from unproductive activity in urban areas to the land in Trinidad and Tobago will be an assignment that should be carried out during this term. You will observe that our very experienced Minister of Energy is still with us at this time, and I welcome Minister Khan back to the portfolio, because at this time, in treating with our energy business, experience is valuable, and Minister Khan brings that experience and continuity for the near future. With respect to tourism, culture, and the arts, I anticipate that what we do as our culture, what we prepare and present as our arts, are integral parts of whatever tourism becomes whenever it comes back to life. And I trust that during this period you will see that combination of tourism, culture, and the arts. We also have sport and community development. We believe that sporting activities and all other activities of community development is a synergy there. And our young people in particular, we expect to see them developing communities, getting involved in community activities, of which sport is a major one. And I got a lot of public advice as to who the Minister of Finance should be. Thank you very much for the advice that you've given me. I've considered every one of it. And I came to the conclusion that at this point in time, we could hardly do better than to have a Minister of Finance who knows what is going on in the Ministry of Finance. And this is not the time for experimentation and training. So experience has taken over and continue to be useful to us, because this is a period where the challenges of financing, of budgeting, and of servicing the country is not one for the faint-hearted. And I can give the country the assurance that the current Minister of Finance is not a faint-hearted person. Your Excellency, we're starting out on a long journey. 50 months of it, or is it 60 months? 60 months of it. It's counted in months, because sometimes when you count this period in years, some people fall asleep. Rest assured that nobody in this government would be allowed to fall asleep, because conduct, performance will be reviewed on an ongoing basis. As Prime Minister, I assume full responsibility, and I want to thank the national community for giving me another opportunity to continue in public service. I want to give you the assurance, Your Excellency, that all my colleagues will observe the oath of office taken here today and to conduct the business of the people of Trinidad and Tobago in keeping with that oath. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. This one, Honorable. We will now have a short musical interlude by a trio of the Exodus Steel Orchestra. Her Excellency Paula May Weeks, ORTT, President of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has consented to address this esteemed gathering.
Dr. the Honorable Keith Rowley, Prime Minister of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and Mrs. Rowley, the Honorable Chief Justice, Mr. Ivor Archie, ORTT, and Mrs. Archie, Senator the Honorable Christine Kangaloo, President of the Senate, the Honorable Bridget Anizet George, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Cabinet Ministers, the Honorable Ansel Dennis, Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly, Your Excellency, Jose A. Surya Ramiro, Ambassador of the Dominican Republic and Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, specially invited guests. My first order of business is to congratulate you, Mr. Prime Minister, on your reappointment as Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago. As a people, Trinidad and Tobago has spoken and bestowed upon you the awesome and solemn privilege of leading the government and by extension the nation for the next 5 years, or shall I say 60 months. I also congratulate the other cabinet ministers who were appointed today. I was particularly pleased to administer the oaths of office at President's House this evening, as there has not been a swearing-in of a Prime Minister here since 2002, nor of a cabinet since 2007, and I'm sure that this magnificent and historic building was happy to welcome you back. I salute all members of Parliament who have been victorious at the polls, and thank the candidates who, though not ultimately successful, demonstrated their love for country by offering themselves for service. It was heartening and refreshing to witness the significant number of young people putting themselves forward in parties old and new, ready to receive the baton. This is the appropriate time for me to express on behalf of the nation gratitude to those who served in government and in opposition over the last 5 years. Your tenure, with all its triumphs and challenges, celebrations and disappointments, was critical as Trinidad and Tobago makes its way towards developed nation status. A change of government is a serious juncture in any country's history. The electorate has returned the immediate past government to power, thereby affording it the opportunity to continue, complete, redirect, and where necessary, correct plans and policies, even as it conceives and executes new initiatives. Many long-standing matters remain to be addressed. Among them, Tobago self-government, constitutional reform, and racism. I shall speak to the last of these in the near future. Recent issues sit on the front burner. For example, COVID-19 and illegal immigration. And the new ones are bound to emerge as the Republic marches boldly into this decade. To say that the electorate repose its trust in its representatives to mitigate or solve these issues might be hyperbolic. Constituency by constituency, voters elected their member of parliament to represent them and seek their interests. But let us not ignore the fact that while some exercised their franchise enthusiastically, many did so out of a sense of duty, unhappy with the alternatives on offer, perhaps feeling the pressure of Hobson's choice, yet others declined to vote. I do not want us to forget even for a moment that at this time, Trinidad and Tobago cannot be said to be a country at peace with itself. Those of you who took the oath this afternoon gave your solemn promise to conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of your ability discharge your duties and do right to all manner of people without fear or favor, affection or ill will. This is your touchstone and you will be judged unsparingly. A democracy functions best when its standard bearers are true to their oaths of office, fulfilling their duties and upholding the expectation of the high offices to which they have been elected or appointed. Failure simply is not an option. In normal times, the ceremony at which the Prime Minister and other cabinet ministers are sworn in is usually far more lively than today's event, with high spirits, excitement, and the customary reception. Indeed, it is a pity that we cannot make full use of this expansive space, but that day will come. COVID-19 has forced us to alter convention. Numbers have had to be scaled down to accommodate social distancing. Masks obscure our expressions of joy and resolve, and we cannot celebrate in the manner to which we are accustomed. But as I administered the solemn oaths, it occurred to me that the muted ambiance of this room and the other two silos in which ministers to be sworn in have had to be segregated, so to speak, provides a sympathetic background for the gravity of these proceedings. It is suggestive of the enormity of your undertaking, the sacrifices that you will have to make to do your job well, and the weight of the expectation of our people. Now, please don't bolt for the doors. Public service can be a most rewarding vocation. I wish the Prime Minister, other cabinet ministers, and those appointed today all success as they set out to deliver their mandate, which, though given by some, must redound to the benefit of all. Now, I have to confess, somehow when I am in this company, Auntie Tanti jumps out. And so I say to you, Prime Minister, cabinet ministers, on behalf of us all, I urge you to roll up your sleeves, put your hand to the plow, and get down to the serious business of good governance for the people of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Hari Prasad and Sons Naricha Sangam Dance Company will now entertain us with a short performance.
Once upon a time there was a magic island full of magic people. Let me tell you a story about their pain and their glory. Oh yeah. Many rivers flow to this naked eye, bringing fear and pain, but also a brand new style. And of all these rivers that shape this land, two mighty ones move like a sculptor's hand. And today those hands across the land, man, is still landscaping. And there's no doubt we can work it out, there is no escaping. As the river flows, there are those who will change its passage. But every common man got to understand up and send a message. So put up your hand if you understand. Now come, see how we moving, watch how we grooving, see how we step in style. One lovely nation under a groove, the Ganges don't meet the Nile. Them boys with the hidden agendas and the mind benders, people don't take it front. Your smart men and politicians can come along if they want, 'cause the people got the power and the glory. See how we float in style. See how we moving, watch how we grooving. The Ganges has met the Nile.
Your Excellency, may I now invite you to come to the stage to raise a toast to the newly appointed Prime Minister and his cabinet.
I invite you all to stand. Now, this is a somewhat strange setting since we have people siloed into other areas to accommodate the 30 persons who were to be sworn in today. So they are watching us on the television, so I hope that the same is going on in those rooms and they have their glasses in hand. So please join me as I raise a toast to the Prime Minister and the Cabinet of Trinidad and Tobago. To the Prime Minister and the Cabinet. Yes, you may remove your masks.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Please remain standing for the departure. Please remain standing for the departure of Her Excellency, the Honorable Prime Minister, and the Chief Justice and their spouses.
Ladies and gentlemen, as to avoid congregating, I urge you to please remain seated and await your valid ticket number to be called for your vehicle collection. You will be guided accordingly by our protocol officers through the designated exits located at the southern side of this building.
Of many varied races, may we possess that common love that binds and makes us one. Let it be known around the world that we can boast of unity and take our pride in our liberty. God bless
right, I'm still here.
Islands in the sun.
I'm going to open up the phone lines for a few minutes as I wake my way out.
Islands in the fun.
You have it. The cabinet has been sworn in.
Welcome one and all to the land of death. Trinity to the bone. Trinity to the bone. When it comes to Bacchanal, well, they can't beat we at Trinity to the bone. Trinity to the bone. Sweet woman parade abundantly. The brethren, they full of energy. Some people say God is a Trinity. Paradise are not convincingly. God gave us a spirit fiery. But nothing in the world will bother we. But look at smart man gone with green money. We still come out and mash up the bar.
If that did not raise your paws, if that swearing in didn't raise your paws, then you're not a patriot. I'm looking at some of the responses on Facebook. And so many of our citizens were just in awe. Congratulations to all those sworn in today. And just to recap what you would have heard, Trinidad and Tobago, the cabinet to term 2020 to 2025 are as follows. Dr. Keith Rowley as Prime Minister, Faris Alwari as Attorney General, Clarence Rambarat, Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, Avina Singh, Minister in the Ministry of Agriculture, Land and Fisheries, Nian Gatsby Dolly, Minister of Education, Lisa Morris Jr., Minister in the Ministry of Education, Franklin Khan, Minister of Energy and Energy Industries, Com Imbert, Minister of Finance, Brian Manning, Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Terence Dial Singh, Minister of Health, Penelope Beckles, Minister of Housing and Urban Development, Adrian Leons, Minister in the Ministry of Housing and Urban Development, Stephen McClatchy, Minister of Labour, Kazim Hossain, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. Stuart Young is the Minister of National Security and Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Renuka Sugram Singh Suklal is Minister in the Ministry of the Attorney General. Ayana Webster Roy is Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Simon de Norbriga is Minister in the Office of the Prime Minister. Camille Robinson Regis is Minister of Planning and Development. Alison West is Minister of Public Administration and Digital Transformation. Hassel Bacchus is Minister of Public Administration and Digital Transformation. Gavin Gazals is Minister of Public Utilities. Donna Cox is Minister of Social Development and Family Services. Shamfa Kojo is Minister of Sport and Community Development. Randall Mitchell is Minister of Tourism and Culture and the Arts. Paula Gopi-Skoon is Minister of Trade and Industry. Rohan Sinanan is Minister of Works and Transport. Foster Cummins is Minister in the Ministry of Works and Transport. Fitzgerald Hines is Minister of Youth Development and National Services. And Dr. Amory Brown is Minister of Foreign Affairs. The lines are open. 342-0081. WhatsApp 771-1791. Or 171-887-4360. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon to you, Aisha.
Good afternoon, crime fighter.
How are you going, my dear?
I'm good, my dear.
Well, all right. What needs to be done has been done today. I want to congratulate the government on their swearing in today and everything. Well, from tomorrow, please God, seeing that we still have the Honorable Dr. What's his name? Keith Rowley, right? Since we have him to deal with going forward from tomorrow, please God, we're willing to cooperate with the government. Speaker and I are very seriously willing to cooperate with the government. But as I say, we're seeking the interests of Trinidad and Tobago first over any political party. I hear the Prime Minister talk about something, so I see that they're taking crime very serious. Because I hear they say they're going to go. Right? So, which means they're taking crime as a serious issue, and it seems that that is the number one issue according to the Prime Minister, right? So, we're willing to work with the government, and as I say, I'm paying attention to where it is going on. I will try not to say no more where that is concerned. We just monitoring what's going on, and we're willing to work with the government once they are seeking the interests of the country. So, that's all I'll say this afternoon, but good program, actually.
Thank you, crime fighter. International line caller, you're live.
Hi, good afternoon, New York City.
Hi, New York City.
Hi, how are you? I didn't hear foreign affairs, but I must admit that the selection of women that really affects the social fabric of the society.
Foreign affairs is Dr. Amory Brown, caller.
I think this is a very good choice, and I think nobody should expect nothing but the best. That's all I can say, because women are very sympathetic towards all those things. Take care. Have a good day.
Thank you so much. Foreign Affairs is Dr. Amory Brown. He should be sworn in by next Monday. Caller, you're live.
Aisha.
Yes, Anderson.
But I want to compliment everybody, opposition and those who are sworn in as ministers of parliament and government now. And when I tell you, I love how they keep demoting hands. And she didn't get no ministry at all. Ms. Beckles, you stand tall. Yeah. Because you're long way on this, the young man from Foreign Affairs. But we know they can't really move the finance, the man who financed the party. And you answer the man, he had a state party. Heinz had that portfolio once. Yeah, but still you like boat ride. And you like big suit. And them kind of thing. And you don't like to study the people. And people want to talk about who do this and who do that. Right?
Anderson,
so,
let us keep it positive.
I want to you see them who will call. And then something like that. Somebody saying you want to breaking down. I tell you what to do for me. You should be helping the Minister of National Security. I find the PLM should call you in and give you that one. You see people who are long been waiting, like Ms. Beckles and them? Yes. And I show you just about you, Shoma Wilson, Trinidad Davy, look at about now. Everybody look at the Ghana about, look Sean and all, look at the Ghana about. All there's always wait, form the Red Army. Wait till you have the Red Army. Yeah, you had a big army. Only soldiers, with all kind of old thing on. Yeah, do you talk about you resign, but you went back and vote for the party who will seek the best interest of the COVID. And nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with anybody infringing on your right. Right? But with people like Ms. Beckles.
Anderson, you're singing bitter. This is for positivity. Positivity, Anderson. Anderson, I have to go. I mean, with positivity, man. Anderson, man. You see how nation building people feeling this afternoon, you know, watching that dance at the end of the swearing in with the two races together in unity. Anderson, we don't want no doom and gloom, man. Hi, caller, you're live.
Aisha, good afternoon. I tuned in kind of late. Did Mr. Fitzgerald kind of get a ministry?
He's Minister of Youth and National Development.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't understand Anderson at all, man. Caller, you're live. Sorry, your radio too loud.
Islands in the sun. Islands in the...
Caller, you're live.
Good evening, Aisha.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
I'm okay. I didn't hear Minister Edmund Ford and Keith Scotland. They didn't get no call.
No, I didn't hear them either, so I'm assuming that they're not in the cabinet.
Okay.
What I do know is that Amory Brown is Minister of Foreign Affairs, and he will be sworn in early next week because he should finish quarantine by weekend. He had to be flown back into the country. As you know, he was ambassador from Trinidad and Tobago to Brazil, I think it was, yeah? Caller, you're live.
I shall be saying thank you for a fantastic leader. Thank you for putting back the ministers who were working well. Thank you for choosing and thank you for organizing the youth camps that gave a lot of us so much opportunity, so much trade, so much positivity, so much sporting people, so many good fathers. As we always say, a good father is a man who must be spiritually well-grounded, financially strong, psychologically settling, and sociologically well-pleased. I hope the women learning, never choose crap and don't choose no hungry man. Choose somebody who is prepared for passion, prepared for responsibility. And remember, love is always spelled M-O-N-E-Y, and it's pronounced responsibility. Never forget it, because I don't want our women choosing crap again. Thank you.
Upon a time there was a magic island full of magic people. Let me tell you a story about their pain and their glory. Oh yeah. Many rivers flow to this naked eye.
All right, so let me say good afternoon to those of you watching us on YouTube. David Boy says, thank you, Miss Wells, and to your radio station for this broadcast. We now have a government. Let's all work together for the benefit of all. Sephora Clark says, Aisha, your P&M colors are showing. Come back home. Hey, I am just doing my duty, my darling. Free and fair without favor or ill will. Yeah? Daddy Boy said, I did not vote for this administration, but I am proud of them. Braveheart said, all you would have seen how much drive-by shootings would increase over the next week. Hope the police ready for the increase of crime in Trinidad. Oh God, all they just I don't know, boy. Oh God, all they could sour salt. William McLeod said, Anderson, go and make a bake. No, they leave Anderson alone, man. Anderson is my friend. He's just a little bit grumpy. He's be grumpy. All right, so Rachel Brown says, Aisha, could you please hold a prayer vigil for emotional, shattered UNC supporters? But what I look like in true. What I really look like in true. Only sometimes all it is. I don't know.
See how we moving, watch how we grooving.
Let's see who's there. Caller, you're live. Yes, caller. Caller, I can hear you. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. Try another line. All right, so let me see who is on the inside via my Facebook Live. David Daggermark says, Anderson, oh God, no, leave Anderson. Pray for him, pray for him. Steve says, you know how to find back your party card. Oh God, only leave me now. What is all this party card talk this afternoon? Anson Mark says, Keith Scotland will get a nice job on the forest to lock up thieves.
Watch how we grooving, see how we step inside. One lovely nation under a groove.
Good afternoon, Miss Aisha Wells. I find some people like to be so damn negative sometimes. It's unbearing. I mean, where all of that come out, the guys and them call peace, okay? Let us give them the benefit of the doubt. Why we have to go and bawl about shooting and drive-by and all of this thing? We are too negative.
I totally agree, darling. I totally agree. We have to think positively going forward here. We already have an unseen enemy called COVID-19, and we have to pay attention to that. Imagine our children have to do SEA tomorrow, and it's uncertain. Their future is uncertain. Our children are home from school till next year. That's the reality of the situation. All we could do is hope and pray for better days. And I would hope that everyone is on board to see those better days. Yeah, let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha. Women power. Plenty women calling to this. Women power.
I hear that.
Those hands across the land, man, is still landscaping. And there's no doubt we can work it out, there is no escaping. As the river flows, there are those who will change its passage. But every common man got to understand that and send a message. So put up your hand if you understand. Now come, see how we moving. Watch how we grooving. See how we step in style. One lovely nation under a groove.
All right, I'm taking a few more calls. You can send your voice notes as well. 342-0081. 771-1791. 4665391. Well, if I tell all you what's going on Facebook right now, where the ambulance might be picking up how he named tonight, eh? You know who I'm talking about. I don't call names because when I call the name, he just show up. Boy, that man on a rampage on Facebook right now. I can't believe what I am seeing. And he's saying he going mad, you know. He is saying that on Facebook. He's saying he going mad. By tonight, the ambulance picking him up. This is unbelievable.
And of all these rivers that shape this land, two mighty ones move like a sculptor's hand. And today those hands across the land, man, is still landscaping. And there's no doubt we can work it out. There is
Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Hi, good day, Asha. How are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, caller.
Well, I was just learning, and I'm more or less pleased, you know, with the ministries that people are signing. But I think people complaining about they haven't seen people like Keith Scotland and this guy from Port Sporting and the gentleman who won the seat in Sandy Grande. But I don't think people should be worried. You remember something, Aisha? Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Remember, these people, sometimes these folks get us to work in the ministries or sometimes work in the parliament. Right? So I just want you to remind yourself, I don't think Mr. Rowley would forget these folks, you know. And have a little faith. Just remember, he had a lot of people, I must admit, a lot of people appointed as ministers. So, like I said, perhaps in the coming days, we will see who will be working in the parliament, what job they're assigned to. So, people don't be upset just now, all right?
Thank you so much. Well, look how my neighbors had to be consoling this boy on Facebook now. This has to be a village effort, you know. I think I have to make this a community effort. Yeah, I'm going to be calling on some of my community and my neighbors and stuff to deal with this issue that's taking place here. This not looking normal. The only thing I looking to see he do on Facebook now is strip. To know well he really gone over the edge.
there are those who will change its passage. But every common man got to understand that and send a message.
The lines are open. I'll take a few more.
See how we moving, watch how we grooving, see how we step in style. One lovely nation under a groove. The Ganges don't meet the Nile. Them boys with the hidden agendas and the mind benders. People don't take it from.
Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Aisha,
Yes.
when you're playing mad, you end up going mad for real.
Well, I don't understand what is this charade I see happening on social media
When
now.
you're playing mad, you go mad for real. So let you continue with mad and you go mad for real. Yeah, then? Because them don't see the reality and nothing, you know. You better kneel down and pray and ask for forgiveness. Because them, they play mad, so they can't go mad for real.
Something happening there. I just want to say. Look how my neighbors had to be coming out and consoling this boy. Let me say good afternoon to Kiki and to Lisa, who on the live trying to console this boy. All your patience, yes?
And today those hands across the land, man, is still landscaping. And there's no doubt we can work it out, there is no escaping. the smart men and politicians can come along if they want, 'cause the people got the power and the glory. See how we float in sky. See how we moving. Watch how we grooving. The Ganges has met the night. Differences there will always be, so that you'll be you and I'll be me. That's the damn thing, self, that makes it sweet. Brother, bring your drum. Let me start to beat. Don't mind them politicky politicians. I with the politicky situation. We done jamming and we jamming and we jamming and jam, 'cause we know the story. Let them fight if they want in this land of the deferred glory. People put up your hand if you understand. Now come, see how we moving. Watch how we grooving. See how we.
All right, let me go back to the line, see who else is there. Caller, you live.
Hey, Aisha.
Hey, how you doing?
Tell your boy there. Kingsley is too much person you are. Why did you say that? Why never see more? You know, Kingsley, I will not try to be a UNC for 5 years. I will have stay at PNM. Because I don't like Shoma, Aisha, and everybody just stay at PNM. You're thinking I'm fussing for these. I tell you, all of us study what is the next move. What is the way forward? The way forward is not crying and going on Facebook. Aisha, my woman is going to tell me what is happening on Facebook. And come here, time when I'm shipping it. If she had to put me something on Facebook or something, my wife had to do that.
Anderson, I love how you sung in Nation Building. Congrats.
I will go and take it from no, I have some people go. I said, you know, the guys may injure. But I'm saying, with the peace, when it comes to the peace, the police, that is effect. The government, when you start your non-independence, calling no peace in them. This is talking about bad commented. And it wasn't about those 3 men who are died, who people saw live all worldwide. As well like the young man who the police was kneeling on. And we saw what happened. And that was taken on us and be watching football in John. Although I never caused you and say, well, but you're going to slap this one, or you're going to push this one, or you don't like this one because you're from there. I had a woman in Belém 12 in John in growing up. So I just watch football in John. And to see sometimes, yeah, noisy front of place. It's people from John Lyman and they beat them late. And wasn't the police brought about that? So I don't see why somebody want to see that mashup. You know, nobody going to mashup. I one thing only, and I want to compliment all the areas. I can't tell them that by driving on the street and spear, because you know everything that's going on, we're 11. You don't want to be a criminal or nothing, but if this part you live, if this part you can go. Now people going all about, you could pull up on the Nelson.
And I want all you to keep it so. Keep it so, Anderson. Keep it so.
Yeah, the thing on the stay so, and was no politician, was no guy who gets it, was no special force, was no social worker or nothing. You know, so that's the only thing we ought to compliment ourselves for. And they're having enough time for crying, dread. I actually to see about it, you know. There's no time to not cry.
I like how you're singing, Anderson. I like how you're singing.
What do you mean? I know they're not shoppiness. And that the people telling me, you know, they still give out booklet. So I'm calling on those who were elected, please, understand Santa Cruz. It's Sharon and be asking me thing for her. Me like some all, you know, who just come on the radio. And I call Sheamus Boy. That Wachang. That San Chupel. Yeah, you Santa Cruz. Is a San Chupel.
So, Anderson, we can... Anderson. We can expect you to be working hard. 1 minute, Anderson. Anderson, we can expect you. 1 minute. All right. Well, give Santa Cruz a rest for a minute. Rest Santa Cruz for 1 minute. We can expect to see you, Anderson. Well, give Santa Cruz a rest. Give Santa. Oh Lord, I'm trying to talk to you, boy.
Yeah, let me hear you.
So we can expect to see you working with your MP and your councillor for the betterment of the people in Beta?
Who is my MP? Why?
Well, the last time I checked.
I ain't the me no short skirt and me don't wear no tight, you know.
All right, I had to go. You see, you
I
you
hear
just be,
nothing but
I
fucking
had to go. You just start good and then you just go mad. Call your life.
Aisha, good day.
Good day.
And the son was going to go.
He was going good. I and all say, well, yes, okay. Thing, and as soon as I mentioned the MP, that was it. He went off.
He was going good all the time, but yeah, didn't the end bad. And listen, I like how he was going. But end bad. The appoint Mr. Hines, the youth minister, we have to get this thing back together. And listen, I will implore you all to come on board and give him all the strength so we know we could get Lavantil and environs and areas now together, right? So Aisha.
Yes, tall man.
Kingsley had 5 years of tears in your eyes.
Well, listen, like it start on faith. The only thing I'm looking for him to do is strip, you know.
Well, he done trip a long time. He had 5 years of tears full up there. He had a cry for 5 straight years. I like what Anderson say. But you have a dotishness now. I know why you're not on that anymore. Your nation building, kind of country forward. You want to be still, boy. And you know, guys, people vex Aisha. You see all them signs they pull long and cut up, Mr. Hines signs on the back road and all. They only make people go to mentions about PNM. Or do it again next time around. Do it again next election. Or let us see what go on. But anyhow, we have a country to run. I hope for the best of this country. I hope I like the what I'm seeing with the young people, with the former gangs. I would like to say the minds of the young people in our communities. I like how the former gangs come together and anybody could go anywhere. I'm loving it. And I hope, just like you, Aisha, the hope is that they keep like that. You know, we get some peace in our area and we could work with the government. We could work with especially Mr. Hines, seeing that the portfolio he received. We could work with him and forward our communities in a positive way. You understand? So, and Aisha, the highlight of the swearing for me was all three: Donna Cox, the Honorable, Mr. Adrian Lyons, the Honorable, and Mr. Hines, the Honorable, all three Lavantil, who I wanted to see in the cabinet in past elections gone by. All three is in the cabinet at this time. And that is something we all should applaud.
Thank you so much, Tallman. I'm running out of time. Just a minute to go. The countdown is already on. Caller, you're live.
Aisha Wells.
Yes.
Pleasant good day, my dear.
Good day to you.
How are you? But you remember my voice, Aisha. Anyway, I just want to congratulate all the MPs and all the ministers, the senators, everybody who have been sworn in. And we know we have a tough road ahead. We know we have the COVID.
Thank you, caller. Running out of time very quickly. Final call.
Oh my gosh. Aisha.
What's going on with you?
What is going on with me?
What's going on with you on Facebook?
Aisha, keep your Facebook friends to yourself, eh?
Why are you behaving so on Facebook?
Behaving how Aisha?
All your neighbors, Kiki, everybody had to be consoling you on Facebook. What's going on with you?
Aisha, I must say, I like the appointment of two individuals, three individuals. I love the appointment of a good sister, Penny Beckers, of the Ministry of Housing and Development. I also support Donna Cox appointment, and also Evie Brown. I believe them was right pegs in the right hole.
So wait now, I find your song in a lot different from the last post I just see you do on Facebook. So could we assume that you're willing to work with the government now?
I'm willing to work with government, not today, not yesterday. But as if the government is willing to work with me.
Oh God, well look, I had to go. 20 seconds, we're going to pick up this tomorrow. All you look, I have nothing to say. Let me sign out one time. He's willing to work with the government. He said 2 seconds ago he was going mad, but today he's willing to work with them. All right, let's see. I'm out of here.
See how we move.
Talk your talk, but we know talk. Come talk with us. The Street 919 FM. Yo, this is a Big Mike, not the mass man, the health man. Are you one of the 40 million people suffering with joint issues?
This Friday, it's Calypso Night on Iowa Stage, featuring...
Hello, well this is Impulse, and you see this Friday on Iowa George Stage is one-on-one with me and I. Don't forget, this Friday on Iowa George Stage is Real Kaiso. Log in, tune in, you and I. This Friday, real thing, all kind of thing, ting.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chia seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Yo, well, it's yours truly, Nigel Lopez, and I'm going to be on the Street 919 Wednesday the 19th of August. We're doing it concert style.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Yo, it done it's about Trinidad Ghost. Catch me live on the one-on-one virtual concert. Tune into Iowa George Instagram, Iowa George Facebook, Iowa George TV, YouTube. Come on, bro, you know what any girl? I ain't see Moses, Celestia, this Saturday the 22nd of August. Live, all the tune in. Trinidad Ghost performing live on Iowa Stage. Things that go mad. I'm to all them wicked girl. Most of them girl is criminal, is wicked girl. Boom.
Streaming live on Instagram at Iowa George, Facebook Neil Iowa George, and YouTube Iowa TV. It's Iowa Stage.
Isa Markman. You see this Saturday the 22nd of August on Iowa Stage. Let me tell you, if I was married, I would have married on stage. Not no one on every stage, but Iowa big stage, because stage just cross and I just cross, we just all cross together. So in the middle of the night when the thing is right, we just cross Iowa Stage together. Yo, this is your boy Trinidad Madman, and I'm going to be live and alive on a one-on-one virtual concert at Iowa Stage this Saturday the 22nd of August. All make it a date and don't be late. This is going to be streaming live on Facebook at Neil Iowa George, and it's going to be streaming on YouTube on Iowa TV and Instagram at Iowa George. Let's make it a date and don't be late, because this Saturday is a solo event. It's Shello.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chai seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
Hi, good day, people. This is your nutritional educator here. As you know, the whole thing is about educating people. So, you see, when you're educated, you can make better choices when coming to your health and your wellness. And this is what we're about here at Natural Solution Education. That's the first premise of a doctor. That's what it means, is to educate people so they can make better choices. Now, today what we want to show you, we spoke about having what we call our essential immune protectors and immune enhancers. This is what we're going to be sharing with you today. Right? Now, we're going to start by the Oxylife. You've heard us mention this already. Now, the Oxylife is your hydrogen peroxide, and like I said before, you see here people will be quite familiar with this because this is used, as you can see here on the chart, for a number of things. Now, primarily what we're using this for is to disinfect the system. This sits on the same periodic table as bleach. What do I mean? The same ability that bleach will have to kill all viruses, bacteria, antifungal, etc. is the same protection we get with this, but of course the human body can handle this. Now with this, you're taking 3 drops 3 times a day, and this will release and expand oxygen in the system. And as we know, once oxygen in the system, body is able to heal. The medical fraternity always knew that. The thing is, the challenge is to have oxygen stable enough in a particular area in enough time to cause change. What we have is the Oxylife that will do a good job in that area. And there's a range of issues here. And by the way, this will protect you from a number of things, especially those of you suffering respiratory problems. Here we have what we call the liquid chlorophyll. Now, chlorophyll is one of my favorites because this has the ability to cleanse and detoxify the blood. Under a microscope, guys, this looks the identical way to the human blood and even the platelets, because the difference is this has magnesium at its base, and of course our cells have iron at its base in its core, but it's the same thing, meaning that this will be able to help to build the blood. For those of you who have low blood count and issues in blood, this is excellent for building blood and detoxifying the body. I promise you guys, if you take this for 3 months straight, it will deodorize your body to the point where you would experience no morning breath. You will sweat, but you will get no scent, and most importantly, as I tell persons and they laugh sometimes, you will use this and you will defecate and there will be no scent. Completely deodorizing the system. Of course, you know about our Super Silver, has become very, very famous, and I don't have to mention about this much because a lot of people know the benefits of silver. As a matter of fact, silver is what they used before the advent of antibiotics. This is nature's antibiotic, people. It will kill those bacteria, those microorganisms or pathogens we call them, without harming the immune system. So this is big time, and this is something that every household should have. You should have this in your medicine cabinet. We're talking about functional medicine here, that you can reach for this if your child is scraped, they have a bruise, a cut, what have you. If you take this, you take it about 1 tablespoon 2 or 3 times a day, depending on the size of the individual, and this will protect you even in this time where we have viruses going around. So this is your silver, super silver. Let's talk very quickly about these minerals. Now, we refer to this as Ormus minerals, and if you go online, you will see a lot about the power of these Ormus minerals. Now, minerals are important, as we know. We take in vitamin C, we take in fruits and vegetables, but unless you have certain minerals, the body will not be able to synthesize, it will not be able to metabolize and utilize vitamins the way it should be. Alright? So this is important. So again, we have our minerals, and by the way, this includes essential minerals as well. Here we have, this is our little hand sanitizer, referred to as silver gel. And once the light hits this, the color will change, okay? And that's because it's showing these silver particles in here. You can use as a hand sanitizer for cuts and bruises, etc. I want to share this with you in this short video our muscadine. You guys spoke about this. We had literally thousands of testimonies with this powerful product before, but it was out of circulation. So we are so happy to have this now at a time when people need this. The benefits of muscadine is that it has over 100 antioxidants. Some of them are classified as proanthocyanins and some are anthocyanins. To cut a long story short, these things have different functions in the body. Diabetes, circulation, heart disease, a variety of things you can use this for, as well as protection. So we want to leave you now a natural solution. We'll see in another video soon to educate you as we do our educational drive. Alright? Blessings.